Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots. And no pre-roll today?
No.
All right, we don't have no sponsored pre-rolls, but we do have a lot of things that we're selling.
That's right.
BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com.
Go to it.
Go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com right now. Thank you to everybody who's bought a hoodie, who's bought a T-shirt, who's bought some socks. Salute to y'all. We appreciate you. Salute to High U Clothing for producing our merchandise. Y'all continue to go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com and buy our stuff.
That's right. I got some shows coming up this weekend, Friday through Sunday. I'm going to be in Hartford, Connecticut at the Funny Bone. This is like a last-minute booking. Literally got it yesterday. So if you're in that area, come through. And then the 19th through the 21st, I'm going to be in Philly, okay? I'm sliding into Philly like Meek slid down those stairs. So I'll see you guys at Helium Comedy Club the 19th to the 21st, okay? Please don't kill me. Charlamagne, what about you? What you got coming up?
Uncommon Sense is coming back February 24th.
Boom.
On MTV2 at 11:30 p.m. It's going to be live. And please go order the book, Black Privilege. Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It. It's on Amazon and it's on Barnes & Nobles. Wherever you buy books, you can go to cthabook.com, cthabook.com. But everybody goes to Amazon to buy books. So go buy Black Privilege. Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It. And please go check out the Marvel comic that Marvel released yesterday. It's a comic book that I wrote called Charlamagne's New Year's Eve Infinite Special. I give Norman Osborn Donkey of the Day, who happens to be the Green Goblin, and he doesn't like it, so he comes to a party I throw that night, and then a bunch of other villains come to the party because they know that a lot of my superhero friends are going to be there, so they try to take us out in one fell swoop. So you can read that comic book and find out what happens.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay?
some shows?
Shows.
You got
shows.
World Star?
Oh, yeah. World Star Hip Hop. My man CP, comedian CP, he's hosting that.
That's going to be on
That's going to be on MTV too.
too.
And All Def Digital, Russell Simmons, you know, they got a show on MTV too as well, All Def Digital. So we're just working, man.
Good shit, man.
Now let's start the show.
All right.
President Barack Obama's a brilliant idiot.
Yo, I mean, last night he sounded like one.
He
Absolutely.
sounded like he listens to the podcast a lot.
Yeah, we need to get a speechwriter on here because
What speechwriter? Go listen to about every episode of Brilliant Idiots. What episode we on now, Chris?
Yeah, we're the speechwriter.
200? What do you mean?
We're the speechwriters.
When Barack ended his speech, he literally said, so if you think I'm smart, you think I'm brilliant, you think I had a great presidency? You're absolutely right. But if you're on the other side and you think I'm an idiot who ruined the country, you're right too. I was like, wow. But I thought it was a great speech. Chris Monroe says it's a B-. Probably because he didn't mention anything about Asians, but he mentioned Native Americans and Latinos.
Yeah, he didn't talk about
I mean,
people.
I thought it was a great speech. My whole thing was I felt.
You just said.
You said it was a B-.
This
No,
dude is
let me.
the worst,
Let
yo.
me. I'm keeping the grades. Let me give
pissed off at you
context.
this
Let me
morning
give-
already.
First of all, Charlamagne definitely said the Tariq shit. Secondly,
No, he
we'll get to
didn't.
that later. This was
whatever Charlamagne says. You go. Oh, yeah, of course you said.
This was my criticism of the speech. I felt like it was a speech like a wise father gives you before you go off to college, right? We're not going off to college. We're going off to war. I needed a speech that was going to prepare us for war. And I understand that wasn't what he was trying to do, but that's why I was disappointed. So, yeah, it was beautiful, but I gave it a B- because I didn't think it reflected the reality that we're walking into.
You're bugging. Chris.
It was subliminals.
It wasn't
There's no time for subliminals.
He specifically said we need to start having conversations with people that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
He said that he encourages that more. He said that what we really need to start believing
stop
in.
turning everything into a race
He
debate.
said start turning everything into a race debate.
Which we've said countless
Countless
times
times.
on this podcast.
He said
it just makes the rich get richer.
Yes, he said we need to start believing in ourselves more, which I truly believe. I felt like that when Barack was in the White House. Presidents give you hope, right? But at the end of the day, we all have to. The biggest thing I took from his speech was accountability.
Yeah.
We have to be held accountable for
Accountability,
ourselves.
something
I
we
like when he
constantly
talked
say.
about being engaged in
He
the
said,
process, the political process.
Walk in their
Right.
skin, the Atticus Finch quote, where he said, walk in somebody else's skin.
Yes.
And he used that for both sides.
Yes.
And this was brave as fuck for him. He opened it by saying, hey, and I'm talking about people of color, minorities, I know it might seem that there's this middle-aged white guy that has all this privilege, et cetera, but maybe if you walk in his skin, you realize that his life has been completely turned upside down by the changing economy.
Yeah.
And this is why that shit was so
Yeah.
genius, because Barack understands what a lot of people in the Democratic Party don't understand, right, is why the election was lost. And he understands that for his party to ever win an election again, he's going to have to appeal to those people.
Yeah.
and the party's going to have to appeal to those people. You can't keep calling those people racists and bigots because they're not going to vote for you in 4 years.
By the way, that's what all politicians do. They go across the aisle. Most of them, the good ones.
The
They
good
go
ones
across
who
the
get
aisle.
shit done.
Absolutely.
Clinton.
Absolutely. They go across the aisle. They shake hands with the other side. I don't know what Chris is talking about. I thought that was the perfect speech to set up.
Let's clarify. Chris said B minus, and now he just said great speech. I just want to say that.
I just wanted something concrete. I wanted him.
He didn't mention Asians, Chris. We get
I know.
it.
What
He
did you
mentioned
really
Native
want?
Americans, Spanish people, gays, blacks. He didn't
Let me
mention
tell you how you
Asians.
make this a great speech. He says, and the last thing I'd like to say is that I think our national cuisine should be Kung Pao chicken and General Tso's. I think we need to get away from these burgers and hot dogs and get back into some spice, some flavor that the great country of China has provided for us. Do you think that would have made it an A+ speech?
I actually want to apologize. I got hit up on Twitter by numerous Asian American men this week. I think you sent me one of them who actually thought I was Chinese and were
They think he's really Chinese, bro. They think he's seriously Chinese. Because what happened? Because
they were like, yeah, we heard you talk about a gung and a ma, my grandparents, and they're like, we really were supporting the show because we thought it was giving a platform to Asian American men. Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, but you are, just because you're not. You're trans Asian.
So you're appropriating Asian culture, basically.
You're Rachel
Chris.
Dolezal.
I mean, that's my truth. What can I tell you?
And even Moreau, when you say this, Moreau, like if you say it, it can sound Asian, right?
Chris Yee. But I thought his speech was great. My eyes watered when he started talking about Michelle and, watching his daughter cry.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, and this is my thing about Barack. Whether or not you agree with his politics or not, whether you agree he did things for black people or not, what you cannot deny, he has to be the most decent man, at least black man, to ever walk the face of the earth. 8 years in the White House and not a speck of scandal.
Oh, it's amazing.
Not
It's
one speck of scandal. Not even a little bit. Not even like a slight controversy from him on a personal moral level. Donald Trump ain't even getting the White House yet, and he got
already
bitches peeing
on bitches.
on benches and shit. Like what? He's grabbing pussies. Barack didn't have not one speck of scandal.
Yeah.
He's got to be the most decent man
it's
ever to
unbelievable.
walk the face of the earth.
I don't know if we'll ever have this again.
Me neither. I didn't grow up in the time of Jesus.
Wait, say what?
I didn't grow up in the time of Jesus. They say he was the only perfect individual. Barack must be a close second.
I mean, real talk, he might be a close second. He really
Not a speck of scandal shows. We live in
But then again, he grew up before the internet.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does, because now everything we do is going to follow us for the future. Like his daughter smoking weed at a concert is going to follow her throughout her future.
Doesn't reflect off him though.
No, it doesn't reflect on him.
Yeah.
I'm saying like when she goes to be president one day, or when she goes for public office, or she runs a CEO of a company, whatever.
Barack did talk about smoking weed in the
What did he
Audacity of Hope. He did. He talked about smoking
he even
weed.
talked about doing coke.
Doing a little coke. But I'm talking about, think about John Edwards.
Oh, the cheating shit.
it's really-
He's
think
a
about
decent human being.
Governor
Yes.
Spitzer.
But
Bill
it's more
Clinton.
than that.
Yeah.
You know that the Republicans for the last 8 years have been sending
digging.
waves of white women at him, because what would have brought down that administration like nothing else?
Okay, what? How do you know that?
Do the math,
He's a brilliant
man.
idiot. He doesn't have to
Do
have
the
facts
math.
either.
Wait.
All right?
First of all, do the math. Why do you have to make it Asian every single fucking time? Okay? Everything is do the math. Everything is waves of white women. Because what do Asian men lust over? White women. Okay?
8
This
years,
Asian
80 white women. Multiply that times 365 for how many days in each year, and that's how many times Barack had to be a better man. Okay? Jesus. They probably was. But listen,
I'm just saying, how did they get Bill Clinton? They sent young girls at him. They manipulated young girls.
yeah, no.
They
Barack
sent
Obama-
young
no, they
girl.
didn't.
That
No, they
was
didn't. No,
okay.
they
Hold on. What was the fat girl that he fucks?
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky was their recruit. They recruited Monica Lewinsky to fuck.
I mean, at what point did they recruit her? I can't say if it was before
this
the
is
affair.
typical.
So you
after
mean to
the
tell me
affair.
This
all
is
the
so
pretty
nonsense.
ass young girls that you're saying they sent that bill, he picked the ugliest chick in the White House to get head from,
Get
Chris?
the fuck out of here, Chris. Stop
Chris,
it.
stop it, Chris.
Stop it. Monica Lewinsky looked like that girl with a deep ass voice from Staten Island. What is her name? Big Ange. That's what.
Big Ange,
Cuter
rest in
than
peace.
that. She's cuter than that. Come on.
Big
She
Ange,
does
rest in
look like
peace.
Big Ange. Yeah, R.I.P. Big Ange, bro. For real. I mean, let's be honest. That is complete nonsense, Chris.
That is not nonsense.
What's going on with you today? You're very conspiratorial.
Yeah, Chris, you're usually the guy with the facts and the
Yeah,
stats.
usually offer
I
some.
think can I prove that the Republicans have tried to use women to bring down Democratic politicians? No. Am I very confident of that? Yes.
Why?
Because there's a history of it. Because look, when these guys get in power, that's a lot of men's Achilles heel. Barack, you can also argue.
Show the history. Show me one shred of evidence besides this is what you feel.
No, none of these guys that are in positions of power need the Republicans to throw them alley-oops with pussy.
Exactly. Girls are offering. You're the president of the United States. You think you need?
No, I'm saying Obama.
Bill Clinton. This documented. Bill Clinton been getting pussy for a long time. You know how we talk about people who wait till they blow up to start getting pussy.
Nah.
Bill been fucking.
Nah.
He been handsome. Been a smooth talker. Been a charmer. I know people who actually their mothers worked with Bill when he was in Arkansas running for governor.
Yeah.
My homeboy, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he always says, "I think Bill fucked my mom." Like, he always said that. Like, I mean, it's like a random thing. Like how I always talk about Mounts Corner population down there. We could be having a conversation about the Clintons, and he'd be like, "They're the great people though. Bill, I think Bill fucked my mom." Like every single time. So I just respect. If you don't like anything else about Barack,
he's disciplined.
He's a decent man.
He's a decent man, and he is disciplined. I'll give him that. That is unbelievable. He has one vice, which is like smoking a cigarette every few days.
Yeah.
But that's literally it. That's the only thing that he breaks on. Like, that's remarkable.
High emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
I've never seen Barack Obama react emotionally
To nothing.
ever.
When they played him in Russia, when none of them shook his hand, did you see that? When he went down the line of Russian officials, and none of them shook his hand. He put his hand out for each one. They just stared and stayed at him. He didn't slap not one of them. Come on now.
He's the most decent man I've ever seen in my life.
No, he's a beast.
I mean, seriously, not one speck of scandal.
It's unbelievable.
You never heard Barack being in a fight. You never heard Barack creeping on Michelle. Like, nothing. Like, I give him the utmost respect for that. That says a lot about him. And the country was better for him in that position because of that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're focused on just politics, yeah, of course we can all find things we can agree on and things that we can disagree on. But just as a man,
he addressed that even the thing he said. He said democracy is not a unified opinion.
Yeah.
He goes, democracy is difficult.
Difficult.
We are going to disagree. There are going to be people in this country who do not agree with what you stand for.
Yeah.
And that is part of it. That is part of democracy, but we move together. He even said something that we referenced on his podcast when we were talking about Kaepernick, when, he said you have to allow people to have peaceful protests, you have to understand the lasting effects of slavery, and you have to understand the lasting effects of Jim Crow. But he also said something interesting. He goes, what this country stands for is the ability to change and live up to these laws. And that's what we were talking about with Kaepernick. He was like, that is what we're here for. From the people who died from Selma to Cornwall, for the soldiers that died at the time. Stonewall.
Cornwall is a bunch of gay guys fighting in the corner.
That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. I was like, yo, how many people died in Cornwall?
Gay guys was throwing them corn shucks at each other.
I thought Cornwall was a glory hole. I didn't know. I was like, damn, is he talking about glory holes in the fucking farewell address? Barack is really progressive.
The illest thing I thought he said too, or one of the illest things when he said, the Constitution is just a piece of paper.
Okay.
He said, we hold the Constitution accountable.
Yes.
We give the Constitution power. We have to uphold what's in the Constitution. Without that, it means nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chris talked about. That was an A+, bro.
I just wanted him, before he left office, to do something. I mean, I tweeted, like, I would have liked to have seen him declassify marijuana. Just some sort of act.
He has pardoned more. He pardoned more people with non-violent offenses than any president ever. Like, he ran down his resume last night too.
Oh, he did. He tapped himself. He patted himself on the back, and he got it.
He was like, if I told y'all that we would have a healthcare system that's affordable for everybody, which was also ill. He said, look, if somebody can come with a healthcare system that is better than what we got, I will publicly support it.
And he said, I've already said that. He's like, I've always said, which is a challenge to Trump. It's going, hey, if you got a better system, you got my help.
Yeah.
I think this is the best that we could do for now. I fuck with it.
He said if we would have took that, he said if I'd have told you that we was going to take out the person who caused 9/11.
He said,
rebound from the financial crisis, which is the biggest one.
X amount of months of straight job growth. He goes, you guys would be like, I think you're reaching a little too high. Why don't you back up a little bit? That's too much. So what is an A+ speech? Like a Bruce Lee? Did Bruce Lee talk somewhere?
I was disappointed by the song choice at the end, which is a small point, but I thought
Chris, shut
this
the fuck
motherfucker is
up.
criticizing shit that had nothing to do with the speech.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't like his tie
but it's
color.
I call you Donald
His
Lawrence.
tie
Tommy Trump.
It was
That's
telling.
Chris' new
It was
name. What are you
telling.
talking about?
it was
bro?
meant to.
His tie wasn't made in China. It was made in Cambodia. I really prefer if you're going to wear clothing that's worn from the motherland. It's disgusting that you would do this and disrespect our people.
I respect the hell out of him. He's always trying to reach across the aisle. He's always trying to build a consensus. It's not what I personally, Chris Morrow, I'm looking for right now. I'm actually looking for something a little more partisan right now. Because I think to be partisan right now is actually to be patriotic, because I think what the Republicans are doing is so dangerous and so out of control.
Chris, did we listen to the same speech?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way we listen to the same speech. That was the most patriotic, equality is what America is supposed to be
it
about,
was
right?
very decent. It was very fair. I can't fault any of that. It's just not what I was looking for in the moment. I'm being honest. Maybe I was looking for something.
What, did you want him to denounce the Republicans? That's not going to do anybody no good. No. He even stopped them from booing Donald Trump.
It was brilliant.
He was like, stop it.
It was brilliant. And he goes, I'm going to ensure a peaceful transfer of power. We take for granted what we do in this country.
No, it's important.
We fucking take for granted. We sit here and we complain about shit. You realize when regime change happens in a lot of the countries in the world, there's war, there's fucking bloodshed. Somebody dies, and then all of a sudden there's a military coup. They come in. Thousands of people die every single time there's regime change. Every 4 or 8 years in this country for the last, 1778 or something like that, we've had peaceful transfer of power. I mean, besides Civil War. But peaceful, and that wasn't even transfer of power in terms of election. That's unprecedented. And the fact that he said this is part of what we do. We literally just hand the reins off to someone else and go, you do your best. And we all sit back, relax. We're not worried. We're hanging out.
It's a term Barack uses. I can't remember. I think he's like, it was a fair, open election.
Yeah.
The people voted.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what else he said that was ill. And this is how the world should be. What makes America move is civilians. It's really up to us at the end of the day. Guess what? You don't have to like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you turn your back on government. What that means is you become a part of democracy.
Yes.
Part of democracy is challenging who's in the goddamn White House.
Yeah.
Whether if you supported Barack or didn't support Barack, you should have challenged Barack those whole 8 years to get shit done.
Yeah.
The same way we need to challenge Donald Trump for the next 4 years.
I think he was talking to Bernie Sanders supporters who sat out the general election when he said that. Pick up a fucking clipboard, go out there and knock on doors. I thought that was a really strong part of it.
That was so ill.
I did like that part.
No, he was great. There was one other thing that he said that I wanted to mention, but then I just forgot it.
It'll come back to you. People gave his daughter flack to Sasha.
Why?
Because she didn't show up.
She got weed to smoke.
No, that was Malia. Which one is the young?
Who says
Malia's
Sasha's
the
not
older
smoking
one, right?
too?
Okay, Malia was there. Sasha wasn't there.
Why
Sasha
not?
had an exam the next day.
She had to stay.
Come on, hold on.
She didn't have to stay home.
Your dad's the president.
Exactly. My father's the president giving his last farewell address.
Get a late exam. First of all, you're going to get into whatever college you want. You don't even have to take exams.
This is how I know Barack is a real father.
Okay, go.
This is how I know he's a real father.
Okay.
You have to, tonight I have to go.
He didn't electrocute somebody at a Cowboys game?
No. Tonight I have to go. Tonight I have to go to my daughter's cheerleading. She's like, Dad, it's from this time to that time. You have to be there.
Okay.
All right. But if I got something to do, Dad, I got something to do, okay? I won't be at your event. I'm giving my last speech as president. I don't care, Dad. I have an exam tomorrow. To her, that's just Daddy. I'll watch it later on tape. She takes for granted the greatness of the penis she came out of. like you should be there for that.
I respect that.
No, you should be there for that.
We don't get enough credit. You came out of our penis, not only a pussy.
Come on, yo.
No, that's very true.
She should be there for that. But hey, she had an exam.
Or study earlier in the day. You got the whole day to
That's
study.
not whatever story they're giving is not what really happened.
What really happened?
Chris, what is up with you?
First of all, no. This is very important to mention. Just because she has a fucking Chinese exam in the morning and she's learning Mandarin and Cantonese doesn't mean that those languages require more study and effort than anything else, Chris.
What's the story, Chris? What do you think the story is?
I have no idea. I just don't think. I don't think you miss your father's farewell speech as president because you had an exam the next morning. If that's the real reason.
You know why? How old are your daughters?
7 and 9.
Okay, they haven't gotten to the point where they don't give a fuck about you no more, Chris. All right? They're going to, all of our daughters are going to get to that point.
That's for sure.
Where they don't give a fuck what daddy got going on.
Right.
I got shit going on.
Right, but then that's
But who wants to go to a test?
that answers that proves my point. It's not that she had to take the test, had to study. She just didn't want to go. It was a little bit of a teenage.
That's that awkward age.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
greatest.
cool.
Can I miss this test note ever coming from the president of the United States of America? Like when your parent writes you a little bullshit ass note to get out of something, it doesn't have the same weight as Barack.
So Malia's
notarized.
going to be in her first year at Harvard. So she's
going to Harvard?
Yeah, she's going to Harvard. So she's at that age where she understands. You know what I'm saying? Like she gets it now.
Yeah.
But Sasha's still in that awkward teenager age where she ain't really feeling daddy.
Yeah.
I got an exam. Okay?
Yeah.
She probably want to do her own thing. I'm tired of being the president's daughter. I want to own a record label. Okay. Presidential entertainment. That's what I'm going for.
All right. Can we talk about Donald Trump and how we were right about that as well?
Oh, hold on a second now. Because when I spoke the day after the election and I said the one thing I'm concerned as we recap all this stuff is no one mentioned this Russian situation. This guy,
you dismissed him, Schultz. He's
this
right
is
on this.
bullshit. You're a loser. This has nothing to do
right
about Russia.
this one.
Okay.
This is
I want you
now we need to talk about. Come on, man.
Okay.
You didn't want to hear that shit the day after the election.
That is true.
I tried to tell you about it.
I put a
I
YouTube
tried to
video
tell you
clip
about this.
of this out. First of all, I put a YouTube clip of this out, and I said the exact point. This is months ago. I said the exact point. I said they said that Russia wanted Trump to win, and they released stuff on Hillary because they had more dirt on Trump, and they could use that to compromise him.
You did say that.
I said that as well. So we're on the same page in that regard. Now, this is what I will say, and I've never in my life been thankful for social justice warriors. I think that they're a fucking plague on a great American nation that we have right here. I think they're awful human beings and they're annoying as fuck. But social justice warriors protected America by constantly flinging shit on Trump and creating, as you call him, Teflon Don. They shamed Trump so much that we got numb to the shame.
Yeah. Nobody cares about some pee in a bedroom.
And you said this before. You said You say he is Teflon Don. He is untouchable. Nothing can touch him.
Nothing.
And that's because they cried wolf so many times that we stopped giving a fuck. There's literally nothing that you could say about Donald Trump that would make Donald Trump supporters stop believing in him. He brilliantly made them not trust the media by constantly saying that the media is distrustworthy and the media lies.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant move because now they say something like 73% of people don't trust the media. So he's
fake news.
He has created the fake news narrative. He's created all these narratives to totally destroy the character of anybody who's trying to destroy his character. And the thing that Russia did not see coming is the fact that we wouldn't care if he peed on some Russian girls or some Russian girls peed on him. They literally anything they have on Trump. Anything that they have is useless now
unless they got a video.
Social justice wars. Video means nothing. The only
Nah,
thing
the
video might get him out of here. I'm not gonna lie.
The video
the reason I say that,
explain why. I don't want to disagree.
because they said that he was in the bedroom with the girls, and he made the girls pee on the bed because that's where Barack and Michelle stayed before, and he wanted them to defile the bed that Barack and Michelle laid on. If there is a video of Donald Trump in a room with a bunch of girls pissing, they gotta impeach him. They almost impeached Bill Clinton for a blowjob.
No, but you can't impeach somebody for that. That's not illegal. He wasn't a president at the time, and
Paying
it's also
for
not
sex
illegal
is
to get
illegal.
PETA. It's not illegal to pay for sex in Russia.
You
where it's
think he
illegal.
just let them pee and then that was the end of the party?
First of all, you need proof he paid for sex. Second of all, paying for sex is not illegal in parts of America, and it's not illegal in Russia.
I don't know about that.
And there'll be no way that you could transfer funds to show it. I mean, let's be logical here. You can't impeach someone for getting peed on. That is a personal preference, and if a girl wants to pee on you, then they do that.
Cheating on his wife.
Cheating on his wife.
I guess it don't matter because he wasn't president though.
Yeah,
all he's got to do is lie about it to impeach him. The Bill Clinton wasn't impeached because
He's
he got the
already lied 'cause he said it was
blowjob.
a fake
It's because
story.
he lied about the
But where did he
blowjob.
lie? He lied in court.
Right.
Perjury.
Yeah.
So
Well,
why would Donald Trump ever go to court for peeing on a girl in a consensual
So
situation?
you pull him into, you get some sort of court situation going, and then it's up
What
to
does that
him.
mean? Get some. So you want
A
fake
hearing, a
charge?
congressional hearing.
You want a fake congressional hearing
They
so you
can't
can
do
lie
it though.
about
He wasn't a
perjury?
government official when that happened.
They can make a hearing up.
So now you
how
want
much-
no. This is
No,
so
but
interesting. This is what liberals do.
No,
This is what liberals do. This is what liberals do. You are totally okay with manipulating the justice system if it benefits you. What you're talking about is a
That's
fake
what I
trial.
watched.
Barack said that last
And
night,
that's what I'm
too.
talking about. That's what I watched the Republicans do with Kenneth Starr for 8 years.
So
So
you
yes,
want-
I'm prepared to fight fire with fire. That is true.
So you're
You don't
prepared
fight fire
to.
with fire. You fight fire with a fire extinguisher. I keep telling y'all that.
Damn.
We have to
And that's
stop
how
trying
we're
to
losing.
solve.
And that's how we're
Damn,
losing.
Chris, we have
bro.
to stop trying to solve problems
Fight
with
fire
the
with
same
water.
mentality that created those problems
Exactly.
to begin with.
You're just the Bloods come up or the Crips, whatever one was first, and you're like, well, I'm gonna start the Crips and we'll start killing them. That's really worked out.
Yeah, and you guys are saying peace, and
Stop
these guys
being
are
a
running
Crip.
over us.
Say again?
You guys are saying peace, peace, and these guys are running over
They're
us.
running over us. They
running over
just
us?
won. We had Democratic president
Yo,
for 8 years.
this guy has done so much damage before he's even gotten into.
What?
Oh my God!
Tell me what he did. He
What
just
he-
talked shit about China, and now the rest of the fucking world is falling apart for you because he had 3 tweets about China. What has he done?
He's
I
brought
don't know
down
what
the
he's done.
morale around the world.
The people he's appointing to the head the
None of
environment.
them have been appointed yet.
They're going to all get approved. Sessions is going to get approved.
Okay.
Even after what happened this week,
there's nothing.
the
That's
court hearings and
They'll
all that.
probably
that's
get
nothing. He's fine. All these guys are going through. It's going to be a big, big problem.
But nothing has been done yet, in other words.
All right.
Hey,
So
man,
nothing's been done.
I believe
Okay.
in God, so I don't give a fuck who's in his cabinet, who's in the White House. Like Barack Obama said last night, we have to be the change that we want to see in the world, and we have to believe in ourselves. Jay-Z said it the best: government, fuck government. We politic ourselves. Yes, was Barack Obama a great symbol of hope? Absolutely. Shit, I look at Donald Trump as a symbol of hope. He is the greatest case for optimism. People was calling the radio station this morning, yeah, Barack made me feel like I could be president. No, he didn't.
No, Trump
he didn't.
does.
Trump does.
Absolutely.
Barack got so much education.
Yeah.
Barack has been a senator.
I'm not going to lie. Barack is the first president in my lifetime that I've seen and gone, oof, I don't know if I could do that.
He's a beast.
He's the first.
He's a beast.
You
George
know me.
Bush,
I think I
dumbass,
could do
made you
heart
feel
surgery.
like George Bush made you feel like you'd be president.
George Bush made me feel like I could literally. There's nothing I couldn't do. I honestly, I remember seeing George Bush in there and was like, wow, I should be. Why am I not president?
This guy fucking got briefed on 9/11 while he was reading to a kindergarten class with the book upside down.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro?
Well, I mean, that is skills to be able to read upside down. You have to admit, like.
Or was he even reading?
Maybe he
He
wasn't.
might have been on
reading.
some shit like, yo, my mouth's tired today. Bring the ventriloquist in. I'm just gonna fucking mouth.
ventriloquist in.
I'm gonna just move my lips a little bit. Let him be my motherfucking vocal cords, okay? Donald Trump has no experience politically. I don't think Donald Trump went to college. Did he go to college?
Yeah, he went to Wharton.
Never heard of it. Isn't that where Harry Potter went? Where'd Harry Potter go? Did Harry Potter go to Wharton?
No, Wharton is a beast. But then there's some like thing about him going to Wharton. There's like, did he go to the right one or something? Did he transfer into it? Well, Wharton is a great business school.
Probably University of Penn.
Probably the best business school in the country.
Yeah.
Maybe the world.
Listen, man. All I know is I don't give a fuck what happens the next 4 years. I do, but I don't. Because at the end of the day, we got to keep God first. We got to stay humble. We got to keep working, and we got to get this money. Economic empowerment is what's going to keep all of us on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Everybody, black, white. That's all it's about at the end of the day. It's about money.
Yeah.
That's all it's really about.
Yeah.
We all have to find ways to empower ourselves economically, put ourselves in positions of power to win, to employ our people, and keep it moving.
Once
That's
you
it.
have resources, everybody starts to look the same. You ever notice that?
Of course.
Like Oprah has no problem walking in any room with some rich white what is it, 1%er? Like there's no problem with them having discussion or anything like that. Once you have money, everybody's got the same skin color.
Listen,
it's green.
I talk to y'all about this all the time. Whenever I go to the beautiful island of Anguilla, which I love, people there that visit there, they got money.
Right.
So these crazy conversations you just strike up with the most random people, because they know that you're there on the same dime they're on.
Oh, dude.
So they like I've learned some of my greatest business moves
from these people.
From just sitting around at a beach shack kicking it with some random white dude from Arkansas, some random white dude from Jersey.
It's like sitting in first class.
Yeah, a black dude from Africa. Like for real. Like we just talking. I'm gonna tell you something, man. This dude from Anguilla told me once, he goes, because it was a black dude, he was having a conversation. He lived there on the island. And I go, man, I hope that, I just hope this shit don't. This is my exact words were, man, I hope the niggas don't just ruin this shit one day, right? Like, just find out about, like, you do about Cancun, and all, you know what I mean? And he was like, oh, no, that'll never happen. You know why? He said, it's an invisible force field that keeps people out of this beautiful island. I said, what's that? He said, money. And it's really that simple and plain.
I was thinking about this. This is, okay. How do I want to get into it? Basically, you ever notice once you start to get successful that your life became somewhat unrelatable to your even closest friends that aren't that successful? And complaining about the things that are very real in your life seems like bragging to your
first
friends.
world problems.
So first world problems.
yeah.
So
Right.
let's say for example, this TV show that you're working on and stuff is like, man, this fucking TV show is driving me crazy. These people won't do this, whatever. And then
Shut the fuck
who got a
up.
TV show? Who got a TV? Oh, look at this motherfucker with his TV
Exactly.
shows. It must be really tough. And that's when I realized that's the point of the country club, and that's the point of Antigua. When you're in
Anguilla.
or Anguilla, whatever.
Antigua's cool.
Antigua's dope too, though.
Whatever. So when you're in the country club, it's just people who got money like you.
That's it.
So you can complain. They pay money to complain to people and not feel judged for how well they're doing in their lives. I get why rich people hang out with rich people.
Yeah.
They just want to fucking complain about their lives without hearing their broke ass friends go, "Oh, I guess it must be really tough having a TV show."
Well, it's levels though, right? So as you grow and you evolve in your career, you're going to communicate with people who are also growing and evolving in those careers. Like the higher you get, you're going to meet different people at different levels. So it's like the things that I may talk to a friend I grew up in South Carolina with aren't the same as the things I may talk to a new friend I've met at Viacom with. You know what I'm saying? They can't. First of all, they can't even understand.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking TV talk, or I'm talking radio talk. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
even understand the verbiage.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, so
Absolutely.
it's just the higher you grow, you're going to meet new people. I talk about that in my book, Black Privilege.
Yeah.
Opportunity comes to those who create it. It'll be out April 18th. But I do talk about that in the book. I talk about how that whole notion of no new friends is bullshit. And the reason that whole notion of no new friends is bullshit is because that's how you grow.
Yeah.
That's how you learn. That's how you evolve. Like as you grow, you're going to meet new people.
Yeah.
You're going to meet new friends. You're going to meet new people that you communicate with. The same way that you used to kick it in high school on the phone with your buddy for hours.
Yeah.
Now it's different people that you're going to be kicking it on the phone with for hours because y'all got things in common. So it's like, relax, everybody. We're going to be fine at the end of the day.
No, we're going to find. You know what part of me actually feels? I almost want Trump to get everybody that he wants appointed. I know I already know the fucking tweets I'm going to get. Oh, you closeted Trump supporter. No. I almost want him to get everybody he wants appointed and go, okay, give it a shot. You got 4 years. Prove to us that your system is effective. You got 4 years. And then if after 4 years, this shit is worse off than when Barack handed it to you, step down. You had your shot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it works. That's democracy.
But here's the thing. It's not the way it works because what's happening right now is they're limiting the people which can get into power. They're saying that he can't hire these certain people. They're attacking their character, this, that, whatever. I don't care if they're fucked up. Part of me really wants to see, okay, go for it. We want to let businessmen run the country. You got 4 years. If it's worse than
How would
Barack.
you say that?
Yeah,
I don't understand that. We know what happens when you give businessmen free reign to do whatever they want. They get corrupt, they cut corners, and we pay the price. You want them to have 4 years of businessmen running the environment of building pipelines and doubling down on coal in Kentucky?
Yeah.
So it's like all of these people that are showing
your kids one day are going to be able to fucking have to be on, breathalyzer. I mean,
did you hear what Barack said last night? You missed that part of this speech. When he said,
no, I do want that.
when he talked about climate change, and he goes, if we don't deal with this now, your kids aren't going to be talking about what we can do to stop climate change. They're going to be dealing with the effects
living with
of
it.
climate
We're
change.
already dealing with that now.
No. Now it's so crucial. Out of all these issues, that's the most crucial. That's the issue we can't afford just to toss away 4 years.
Dude,
we have to draw a line in the sand now and start making the sacrifices and the changes to try to reverse this thing. And the idea that he's going to double down on coal, on fossil fuels, that's terrifying to me, man.
Nobody using fucking coal anymore.
I'm sorry to the people in West Virginia and Kentucky. I know it sucks that your environment, that your economy was built on that.
Yeah.
It's got to be over.
It's done. Nobody's
done.
going back
It's
to
gotta be
coal.
over. I'm sorry.
I think the coal thing isn't accurate at all. I'm saying give it a go. If you guys think that this is the best way, it's like when you give a GM of a basketball team free reign. You go, okay, go for it. We're gonna give you free reign. You might fuck it up.
America might need to crash and burn for a second.
We fire you. I'm just saying. I'm not.
Tank?
Say what?
You want a hinky?
I want to roll the dice. Hey, Phil Jackson, give it a go. We're going to give you president of basketball operations. You get to do whatever you want to do.
This is Billy King.
Draft
Porzingis. He has a long history of already losing. So I'm like, why even go through that?
Who, Trump has a long history of losing?
Trump's whole shit is shell games. Look at Atlantic City. You want to see what America's going to look like in 4 years? Look at Atlantic City.
That's not true. That's not true. Only reason I say that's not true, parts of America may look like that. Nobody wants to go to Atlantic City. Atlantic City sucks, bro.
What I'm saying
Atlantic
is,
City was Miami, we'd be in
But that's the
We be in
whole.
Atlantic City.
That's the whole
It's a good-ass
point.
point. There's
That's
not enough
the whole
Cubans.
We're in
point.
Vegas, bro. Like we
Vegas
go to
is
Vegas,
poppin'.
But the
bro.
point
Vegas
is-
poppin'.
Trump got.
Listen.
He was the mayor of Atlantic City. He got all the money. He built all the shit. He had all the big promises. The same sort of promises he's making right now. He's going to do this. It's going to look like that. It's going to be terrific.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. That shit's a fucking ghost town, man.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
how do you
speaking
but how do you explain his successes then?
What success? It's a con. He moves money around. There's no success.
So
What's a success? The
let's just
USFL,
clarify.
Trump Airlines.
So let's just clarify.
What?
He's had no successes in his real estate business is not successful. The acquisitions that he has under his name and the
I
Trump
couldn't
brand are
really
not
tell you because
successful.
he won't release his tax returns. Maybe if he
You could
relax-
just look at a building that says Trump on it.
Okay, but I also
So,
know he has
do those
tremendous
buildings not
amount of debt.
exist?
Release your tax returns, and then we can have an intelligent conversation
no,
about
an
it.
intelligent
He's clearly
conversation.
done something
No,
successful
an
in
He's
intelligent.
bought a lot of real estate for sure.
Yeah,
It's
and-
obviously worth a lot of money. I have no idea what sort of losses he has out there too, because he's a guy who's
You don't judge a man
overextended.
by his losses, Chris. Especially when the guy keeps persevering. Like when you have losses, that means that you're not afraid to try.
He's a gambler. There's no doubt
we
about
are.
that.
That's what everybody should
You
be.
can't
though.
make $1 billion without gambling. Listen, I'm not saying he's an ethical human being. I think that there's a lot of shit that he's done is really fucked up. But I think that to judge someone just based on one failure or two failures,
I just gave you 4 or 5. I'll judge
Okay.
him on Trump University. I mean, where do you want me to stop?
Judge him on 15 failures.
Okay, I will.
That's great. I wouldn't. I judge people on their successes. I think that you should fail. If you're not failing, you're not trying
You're not
hard
trying
enough.
hard enough. That's all it is. Like I can't judge a person. Just
I'm not
on their
knocking
L's,
him.
unless,
I think
unless
he's-
they always.
I think he's
consistently
unethical.
lose.
You
I
just
think
don't
he's a
like him,
ballsy
and you're
on-
looking for excuses
he's
to not
my-
like him.
I'm not looking for any
What you're doing is
excuses.
you're going about this backwards. You're starting at I don't like this person.
Wrong.
And then you're going, why don't I like him? Oh, because he's failed in these certain areas.
You
If-
don't like him though, Chris.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't like him either. But I mean,
Yeah, none of us in
I'm
this
not
room like him.
rooting- I'm not rooting for him to fail.
But I'm fine with
I'm-
trying a new system.
No,
Let's go. Hey, you know what? You want to bring the triangle into the Knicks and let the triangle work for the Knicks? Okay, let's try it out. If the triangle doesn't work after 4 years, then let's get a new offense.
That's it.
That's all I'm saying. Give it a fucking try.
I disagree.
Why can't we give it a try?
By the way, everybody talk about the Democrats being in shambles. This is a gamble for the Republican Party. Because this is the guy that they back. This is the guy that a lot of them chose. If this shit crashes and burns, the Republicans could really ruin their party for the next 15,
Now, you don't
20
think
years.
that they could just separate themselves and go, listen, Trump was never a Republican. This
Nope.
had nothing to do with us.
You know
et cetera.
why? Because
Why?
it's too many warning signs and too many people have told us what is going to happen with a Trump presidency. So you'd be proving too many people right. It would take a lot to get the trust back into the American people. Because Americans took a gamble with this shit too.
Yeah, but Americans didn't vote for him as Republicans. They voted for him as Trump. And I think that's the thing that's
I
the big
agree with that.
separation is that people, those Americans who voted for him, a lot of them voted for Barack.
Yeah, but I think a lot of Republicans still had loyalty to the Republican Party. And being that you had a lot
Sure.
of prominent people in the Republican Party
Yeah.
saying, yeah, this is who we going with, they went out there and casted their vote.
Some-
Because a lot of them could have just
Yeah.
sat home like the Democrats. A lot of Democrats just said, fuck it, we don't like our candidate.
And real
Let's sit
talk,
home.
a lot of Republicans did that as well. He had a lower voter turnout than Romney. He had a lower voter turnout than
Yeah.
McCain. But it was different types of voters. He had a lot of Barack's voters went over, and a lot of Barack's voters voted for him because of the same reason they voted for Barack, hope. He gave them fucking hope. And
That's it.
listen,
Hope is a hope
is a
hope
drug,
dealers
homie.
are popping.
Dude, hope.
Fuck dope dealers. Hope
Hope
dealers.
dealers.
That is true.
Shit.
That is true.
That's the best
You
drug
can't
ever.
sell dope forever, but you can sell hope forever.
Shit, you know, Jesus sold hope.
Every pastor
Jewish
in
guy
America
sold hope.
Oh,
Allah
religion
sold,
religion is
Muhammad
based off
sold
hope.
Hell yeah.
They got us hoping to go to
You
heaven.
think poor people like crack? Let them sniff up that hope. Oh my God!
Listen, that's why I always thought Barack Obama had the illest book title ever, The Audacity of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
You have the audacity to think that you can be something in America, you little nigger? You got the audacity to think that you can be something in America, you little Mexican? You got the audacity to think you can be something in America, you little poor and disenfranchised trailer park white boy?
Yeah,
you got what? You got the audacity to believe that you can actually make it? Who the fuck are you?
I love it.
Don't forget about this white privilege banner that we hang over this country, huh? Who you think you are? That shit is an ill title. Because you got to have that kind of audacity. Fucking Donald Trump had the audacity of hope.
That's an audacious motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
That motherfucker is audacious.
He is in the White House only because he thought he should be.
Yeah.
No
That's
other
all it
reason.
takes.
That's it.
That's literally all it takes to do anything.
No
Think you should do it.
qualifications, no nothing. I can run this country better than every qualified politician
Why?
that's ever done it.
Because I'm great.
'Cause I'm
Why are
Donald
you great?
Trump.
Because I'm awesome. That's all you need.
Because I get girls to pee on command.
Yeah.
If I was Donald Trump, I'd fuck everybody up and get R. Kelly to perform at the inauguration.
Hell yeah.
That shit
That'd be the best. No shit, that would be incredible.
Whoa.
And the 15-year-old he peed on, I'd have her walk me out. I'd have her walk me out to him singing a song. I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly. Whoa. Whoa.
Let's
Imagine
cook.
Donald Trump walking out to I believe I can fly. That's a shot in the face to Barack because R. Kelly's from Chicago. It's a shot in the face to fucking people who like golden showers.
No, it's a celebration.
It's a celebration of people who like golden showers.
Dude, that would be the illest shit.
What?
That would be the illest. And you know what? R. Kelly might need that boost.
By the way, R. Kelly is on the same level of Teflon as Donald Trump.
You really can't fuck with him.
You can't fuck with R. Kelly.
Peed on a 15-year-old
15-year-old girl. Come, Pete, come.
Come.
Busted a nut
Pete.
on her, peed on her, came on her again, had Backstreet Boys playing in the background, told her, let it drip. We all watched it. Not only did we all watch it, that shit hasn't resurfaced in the social media era.
Let me ask you a question. If we watched it, can we go to jail for watching pedophile porn?
Somebody told me that, but I did it for research purposes.
I didn't.
I watched it because I couldn't. That was the first celebrity sex tape I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but it was pedophilia.
Not the whole thing, though. It was just one part. Like every other girl was of age. It was just that one. It
so
was
just her.
It was 4 different scenes. I learned to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape.
Why, you didn't know how to eat ass?
I wasn't thinking about it at that time. And I was like, damn, you can eat ass. Like, he had the girl bent on all fours with his goddamn Grammy sitting by her. Yeah. And that motherfucker was in a rolling chair going back and forth, back and forth, all in that butthole. Okay? Yeah. R. Kelly should be in jail right now, but he's not.
He's not in jail.
You know why? Because
we
he's
live
Teflon.
in a great country of America. That's why. Oh, I do want to shout out China for one reason. China did some ill fucking shit, and I was thinking about you the other day.
I appreciate it.
What'd they do?
China killed a billionaire.
What?
They executed a billionaire
on what, a corruption
on
thing?
corruption charges. And I fuck with this because when you execute a billionaire for corruption, you send a message to all other billionaires and all other millionaires and every businessman in the country. You send the message, hey, just because you're rich doesn't mean nothing can happen to you. And that's how you keep these people in line. Like in America, we won't even send these hedge fund billionaires and multimillionaires to jail when they rip off the entire country. Right.
We'll choke out Eric Garner, but no one's running up into Chase and taking on these guys.
We don't have to make it into a racial issue, but yeah.
It wasn't racial. I'm just saying.
Well, you understand what I'm saying.
Petty selling cigarettes.
So the guy who sold the Lucy's and the guy who videotaped the thing is going to jail for 4 years, but none of these hedge fund guys are going to jail at all.
Exactly.
Right? So
white collar crimes, they don't get no.
So but in China, they not only did they arrest this motherfucker, they executed a billion. When was the last time you can remember a billionaire?
What did he do though?
Corruption.
Got to be something. Well, he fucked somebody's wife or something.
He fell on the wrong side of whatever the politics were.
That's all it is. Is that he went against? He thought he was bigger than the government, but China regulated that shit. Russia does that shit.
Russia, they throw you in jail and then they assassinate you in London with poisoned tipped umbrella stabs.
They did that
shit
to not Abramovich, the other guy.
Poison tipped umbrellas. Who the fuck are they? The Penguin?
Yeah, they do all that stuff.
They put what's it called? That was the illest shit ever. I read a book called Once Upon a Time in Russia. Really interesting book. You can check it out. It's about one of the most fascinating periods in human history. It's when Russia went from communism to capitalism, essentially.
The Wild West.
It was literally the Wild West. It's fucking unbelievable. And people became billionaires overnight. It's incredible. But what they basically did is they sent a hit squad to London, and they had, I think, this thing called polonium.
Yeah.
It's this radioactive isotope, right? And once you ingest it, you get cancer, and you basically, or your body starts to disintegrate on the inside, and you die. And they put it in this guy's tea, and he was a old agent, or like Russian double agent or something like that had moved to London for safety. And they put it in his tea, and the reason they knew for a fact that it was Russian operatives that did it is you can follow the radioactive trail. So anywhere radiation.
What the fuck kind of mutant inhuman shit are y'all talking about?
This shit was crazy. Literally, they traced it back to a hotel, from that hotel all the way to the airport, from the airport to a specific gate in which flights leave to Russia, into Russia, from Russia to the hospital where the guys who put the radioactive isotope in the tea. Like, it was clearly a hit on foreign soil, and nobody did anything.
They got a guy at the Watergate Hotel in D.C. a year or two ago. Like, they'll assassinate people in America.
Russia don't give a fuck. Russia
but that's
will kill
what's
people in
scary
your
about
country,
this whole Trump situation is they have these goods on him.
But he don't give a fuck. Like
he doesn't know
I think Russia
what he's
played
up
themselves
against.
with Russia. I
Didn't
think Russia
Donald
don't
say
know
though-
what they
He's
got
holding a press
themselves involved
conference right
into.
now, by the way. I just checked.
I saw that Donald.
Yeah.
Didn't Donald
He's
say that
denying it all.
it's better to be friends with Russia? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think it's better to be friends with everybody. I believe in diplomacy over division any day. Like I'm not mad at anybody for trying to, bring people together. Like the more allies you have, the better, right? Like
I'm with you.
Y'all
but-
talking about these crazy motherfucking Russians just killing people. Why would we want them to be our enemy?
I mean, yeah.
Why would we want anybody to be our enemy? Why would we want North Korea to be our enemy? Like anybody, like
we want to be daddy and we don't want any step.
that shit is bullshit. America.
I mean, it's reality. We just want to be the empire. We want to be in control of everything. And when anybody else tries to exert control, it's like, hold up, that's our kid. Like when Russia tries to tell Syria what to do, we're like, whoa, you're stepdaddy. Like, that's our child. Don't discipline my child. The whole world is supposed to be our child. So when anybody else starts to discipline, we're like, yo, what the fuck you doing? What do you mean getting nuclear weapons? Back the fuck up, Iran.
My dick's bigger.
My dick's big. This is the big. But Russia don't give a fuck.
Let's talk about Dylan Roof after we pay these bills, man.
All right, let's do it.
Now, this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Blue Apron. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. They're developing a more sustainable food system by setting the highest standard for their ingredients. Blue Apron has established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States. And because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, they are reducing food waste. Blue Apron's aim isn't just to prepare food safely and efficiently, but to also encourage everyday people to cook more.
That's damn right. I actually ordered some Blue Apron. It should be coming in this week. I ordered the one where I'm going to cook food for my family. One last meal before I move into my new apartment.
I see you.
Hey,
I see you.
Your boy bought a home. Thank you very much, Brilliant Idiots listeners. I
smoke weed now.
appreciate you. Thank you. I outbid the Chinese who pay all cash. They just come into this fucking country and try to buy up all the land. Okay? Can't believe we let them do this. But the point is, Blue Apron, their aim isn't just to prepare food safely and efficiently, but also to encourage everyday people to cook more, okay? Those who spend a lot of time eating out or high-end grocery chains can now spend under $10 per person for a healthy and delicious meal with Blue Apron. Blue Apron continues to provide the fantastic new meals every month, and this January you can enjoy seared pork chops with farro and cranberry chutney, spaghetti squash and marinara with mushrooms and garlic knots, spicy shrimp and Korean, sorry Chris, rice cakes with cabbage and furikake. Did I say that right? Did I say that right, Chris?
I can't. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Furikake.
Oh, now you don't want to appropriate Chinese culture.
Furikake.
Korean. This is a Korean dish.
Okay, check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/idiots. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. Go to blueapron.com/idiots to sign up for the Blue Apron and get those first 3 meals free with free shipping. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Okay, talking about getting cooked, Dylan Roof is going to get cooked.
Is going to get cooked. I'm looking for. Isn't there a boxing emoji on Apple?
I don't know. They got
I'm
the new
looking for
emojis.
a boxing glove emoji because I'm posting this picture of Triple G. He was on the Breakfast Club this week. I told you Triple G's made of steel, right?
Yeah, you did.
I shook Triple G's hand and it felt like I was like grabbing a brick.
Yeah.
And then he hugged me like a brother.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was hugging a wall.
Yeah, he's got
I was like,
adamantium.
He's got adamantium. This motherfucker might be a mutant. Like he definitely.
That's Wolverine.
I would not want to get hit by Triple G.
It felt real. It felt.
it felt. No, you know what? This is the most important part.
Okay.
It felt like you can't hurt him.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Not the fact that he hits hard. That's the given.
Yeah.
It felt like you couldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with getting hit hard. That's just how life is. Life may hit you hard, but you got to hit life harder back. It felt like life would hit you in the form of Triple G, and you'd hit it back. You're like, nah, this ain't gonna work out for you.
And like,
your life isn't gonna work out for you.
So he was cool.
Oh yeah, Triple G was cool as shit. He don't speak English.
He don't speak at all.
We had 2 people on this week that don't
You
speak
should
English.
have told me that he was coming in, man. I would have given you some good questions.
I literally
to ask him.
forgot.
You didn't even know.
I didn't. I knew because Joanne told me. Salute to Joanne, but I forgot. Like I forgot he was coming.
Yeah,
but
I fuck with Triple G. Apparently, his brother was a better boxer than him in the amateurs. And
I think his brother died.
No, his brother's still alive.
He had 2 brothers who died in the Soviet Army.
Oh, maybe 2 died, but the one that's still alive was apparently better boxer than him in the amateurs. But the firstborn brother it's their job to take care of the family in that culture or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it works. So
Really?
he stopped boxing to take care of like his parents and that kind of stuff so Triple G could have a career. But how crazy is that? God bless America, where you could just ship your parents off to a home.
You're right.
You know?
You're absolutely right. But yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? Dylan Roof, right?
Yeah, so we could talk about Dylan. I mean, there's a bunch of things that I want to discuss, but let's get Dylan out of the way because
I could not be more ecstatic about the Dylan Roof verdict.
I'm glad that you feel that way, and I feel that way.
He got punished to the fullest extent of the law, and it pissed me off yesterday, watching people say things like, I think Lil Duval started it because he left a comment under my page, and he was like, he's going to get a book deal in 10 years in a movie. That's what he wanted.
Okay,
no.
Let's talk about that. Let's discuss that. Let's discuss that.
He did not.
What is your
Dylan Roof was not sitting around in Columbia, South Carolina saying, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to get a book deal one day in a movie, so I'm gonna go kill these 9 people. All right, and this is what's gonna be the outcome of that.
Yeah.
No, he made a.
There's an easier way to get a book deal.
Much easier way.
Go trans.
Speaking of trans, we don't want to see your nudes, Caitlyn Jenner.
Wait, she's releasing nudes?
That's what the word is.
No, I want to see that estrogen-induced dick.
They say she hated the fact that she didn't get a lot of attention in 2016. This is what Caitlyn needs to understand. You were boring as Bruce.
Yeah.
And you're boring as Caitlyn. Period. I don't give a fuck what's inside of you. Whatever's inside of you is boring as shit. Boring Bruce, colorless Caitlyn. All right? You'll never be as hot as the girls around you. Chloe's out here like a motherfucking free agent power forward who can average 9 points, 8 rebounds, but no team will truly commit. You know what I'm saying? So she's out here floating between NBA teams. Kim's out here getting robbed.
Are you saying that Chloe is Popeye Jones?
Yes.
Is that what you're
That's
saying?
exactly what I'm saying. Kim's out here getting robbed. Kanye's out here going crazy. Fucking even Rob, the boring blob, had a more pop in 2016 than Bruce.
He did.
Bruce, you know how boring you are? Caitlyn, you know how boring you must be?
Rob is more interesting.
Rob is more interesting than you.
You see everybody stealing our shit, by the way?
What?
I mean, what is it, 2 years ago we said a thing about how the reason Rob is fat is because they use Rob's fat as implants for all the girls, all the Kardashians.
Oh.
They feed him like one of those calves, one of those like Kobe beef cows, and then stuff they feed him to keep him fat and then put all this stuff in their titties and asses. So everybody's got this meme going on. Just another example of brilliant idiots being first and everybody stealing our shit, but it's okay. You know the real.
Listen.
Okay, so go on. So what is your take on
no,
Caitlyn.
Yeah, well, Caitlyn, I just don't want to see your fucking nudes. You're boring. Like, period. I don't give a fuck if you got
You don't want to
clothes
see
on.
what that dick looks like?
No, I don't care. I'm mad that he still has the dick.
And
you never committed.
Now, if he gets the pussy, I want to see
If
it.
you get the pussy, I want to see the pussy.
Because I just
you got
wanna
2-year-old titties and a 6-month-old pussy. I want
to see. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to see 18-year-old pussy on a 7-year-old man. I just want to see what that's like.
He's 57. By
He's
the
what?
Way.
No, he's 67.
67.
So almost 70 years old.
67
right?
years old, 2-year-old titties.
I want to see that 2-year-old titties.
Yeah.
Imagine 2-year-old titties, right? 1-week-old pussy.
Yeah.
70-year-old man.
I only want to see it if he removes the dick.
Say what?
If he removes the dick. Other than that, I don't give a shit.
What, you think he'd keep the dick and
he
get
still
a pussy?
got the dick.
But Charlamagne, he's not going to keep the dick and get a
But
pussy.
he's been taking those pills that's been making his dick smaller. So therefore, you already got a clit.
So wait, if
just
you
build
can
the
take
pussy
pills
around
to
it.
make your dick smaller, can you take pills to make it bigger?
Absolutely not. Because it's taking all the testosterone out. So I guess testosterone makes your fucking dick shrivel up like a raisin. So it's like when a grape shrivels up and becomes a raisin.
So that his dick is becoming a raisin.
Basically.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so he has a really small dick now.
So build a pussy around it.
Build the pussy around it.
And then we'll think about wanting to see your nudes.
I want to see the pussy. I don't want to see the whole body. I just want to see the pussy.
And it's got to be a statute of limitations on this whole Kardashian blueprint. Like, they got a blueprint.
Okay.
It's either sex tape, Kim did, they won't do that again. But all of them get naked at some point.
Yes.
It's got to be an age range. He's 67. Nobody want to see that.
He's aged out. We don't want to
It's
see it.
aged out,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You can do that shit in your teens, 20s, and 40s.
So you did the trans thing because the trans
30s.
thing was popular.
Yeah.
What's the next thing that's popular? What is next year's shit?
Nothing. Nothing for Bruce. I don't give a fuck what Bruce is. He's boring, bro.
Wow, Bruce.
Bruce is boring as fuck.
He is boring
Chris, you're
as fuck.
80 years old. When Bruce was an Olympic athlete star, was he boring then?
No, he was a huge star in his time. He was one of the biggest media stars in the country.
But it was based off performance.
And he had like a smile. I don't know if his personality was winning, but he's in great
like an
shape. He's a
Instagram
good-looking guy. Yeah, exactly.
He was
exactly.
Instagram.
Well, he grew up to be a boring asshole, man.
All right, so he's boring. Some people are boring, and you get a little, spike of interest when you go trans. But after that, there's nothing.
Nobody
you
gives
can
a fuck. He had a spark when he started. Now his fucking shit is garbage.
How do you bomb a show about being trans? I don't understand how. Like, I can't stop
His
looking at
reality show
someone
got
who's
canceled.
trans. But like when you see a trans walking down the street, right? You can't not look at it.
Yeah.
Right? It's fascinating. Your eyes are glued to it.
Bruce, Caitlyn, whatever you want to call him or her, is boring
But think about how boring you got to be to have tits, dress up and put makeup on, dress like a girl, look like a girl, and you have a dick and I still don't want to watch you.
Boring as fuck. Wow. So the moral of the story is we don't want to see it.
So maybe that's the key for acceptance.
What?
Like, if you just want to be accepted like any other person, be boring. All right, stop being so interesting about it, okay?
Be boring.
Just be a boring piece of shit.
There's something to that. Because when you have a great personality, just naturally big personality, when you walk in the room, people think you're being obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, he coming in here with all that trans shit, trying to suck all the air out.
This motherfucker's on rollerblades.
Yeah. When you're boring, you can just come in.
Creep in. Yeah.
Nobody mind you, but there goes the trans over there.
Exactly.
Transgender, transsexual.
Wow.
God bless him. But
okay, so that's the key.
But back to Dylan Roof.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it takes to please some of you people.
Dude.
Like, there's only one thing that could have made this situation better.
Okay.
He gets punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah.
And all 9 people that got killed in Emmanuel AME get resurrected.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else that could have made this situation better. Like, this is the best possible scenario for a tragic situation.
Yeah.
People was like, oh, he's going to sit on death row for years. That's what happens. This ain't China. It just don't kill you immediately.
Right now. Yeah. Come on. Without death row, there's no death row records. Right? So don't act like you don't love death row and you don't love this process. There's a reason why death row's around.
You're absolutely right. It's a process.
But here's the thing. No, I mean that. Okay, some of the greatest rap songs in history came from Death Row.
Death Row would sound stupid as any other name.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be
Death
Row
Records.
Yeah. It's just
like 25 to Life Records. Nah, I don't have the same.
Don't have this.
Lifelong time in jail. No. Death Row.
Death Row. That shit's popping.
That's hard. Yeah.
Now, so here's the thing that annoyed the fuck out of me, and I think Duval quoted it. There's a bunch of other people saying it. It was this need for a hot take so bad that you're willing to find something to be outraged about the exact justice that you wanted.
Yeah.
Right? When this happened, everybody would say, oh, they ain't really going to kill him. He's going to get off some reason, or he's not going to get the death penalty, but I want him to get the death penalty. The second he gets the death penalty, you can't just be happy. We live in this outrage culture. You can't just be happy that you got the justice that you wanted. You have to find a reason to be outraged.
It's the Road Runner and Wile E. Coyote scenario I always tell you about.
You're absolutely right.
You're chasing. When you finally catch the Road Runner, you don't know what to do.
What do I do?
This is what I wanted. This is the best possible outcome for a tragic situation. He got the fucking death penalty. By the way, I was arguing with people. Me and Tariq got into a little debate because Tariq was like, watch how they're slowly setting Dylan Roof up to get off. I'm like, are you out of your mind? I said this on Twitter. I said, Tariq, he's not getting off.
It's like they want him to get off because if he gets off, then they have more shit to complain about. What do you care more about? Do you care more about justice or complaining? And that's really what we got to ask ourselves. Because I know you get retweets off of complaining. Yeah. You don't get retweets off of justice.
My thing is, what is the opposite outcome? This is by their logic.
Yep.
Dylan Roof just wants attention, and we shouldn't pay him no attention.
Yeah.
So we should just let him go free and ignore him. That's what because that's what it sounds like you want.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with the death penalty, him spending the rest of his life in jail, and then at the ripe old age of 35 or 40, they cook his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you want?
They want him to go away so that they can be like, see how racist America is, and then get a bunch of retweets. You only get retweets for being woke. You don't get retweets for when Dylan Roof goes to jail.
You don't get retweets for dealing with the reality of the situation?
Hey, there's no retweets for reality, Charlemagne. Come on. Listen, when you're woke, when you really understand the system of what's going on here, that's another shit that bothered me this week. I had this girl that I follow on Twitter just to be annoyed with for some reason. I got to get out of my life with that shit, but I follow a couple people just because they annoy me. She
instead of motherfucking, in the words of Barack Obama, instead of arguing with strangers,
talk to them
on social media, have a conversation.
No, you're absolutely right, and I kind of try to do that, but then I try to expose. But she goes, You cannot be racist. This is something Mark Lamont Hill has said, but you cannot be racist against white people. It's not this. Racism is a system based on economic power. Okay, so you cannot be racist on white people because minorities don't have the economic power to be racist.
That's not true.
Now, it's not true, but this is how you chop up this horrible, and I'm a liberal, so I want to hold my liberals accountable, but horrible liberal logic, right? If you need economic power to be racist, can poor white people not be racist?
Let me take you to South Carolina and take you through the trailer park of these poor and disenfranchised people.
The most racist.
They are racist. And I've said this on this podcast a million times. You can go I could take Will Smith down to one of these trailer parks, and it will be poor and disenfranchised white people in that trailer park who be like, get that rich nigger out of here.
Yep.
They don't give a shit.
They got the most flag. What are those flags? Confederate flags?
They don't give a fuck.
Furthermore, I'll say this. If this election, if Donald Trump won because of racism, and the majority of poor whites voted for Donald Trump, did they not vote for him because of racism? Because they can't be racist? They must have voted for some other reason.
Racism has nothing to do with
economic power. There is the definition of racism is prejudice based on race. That's all it is. Stop manipulating this definition.
No.
Right? And if you stop manipulating this definition to fit your narrative, and if you are going to do it, at least have the intellectual honesty to keep it consistent. Have a backup argument for when somebody presents these ideas.
And by that logic, rich minorities can be racist then.
Of course.
By your logic, rich minorities, rich black people, rich Mexicans, rich whatever in this country can be racist.
You know what? I find it to be a softly bigoted, what is called soft bigotry. Like if you say that you need economic power to be racist, what you're also saying is you don't think rich minorities have the ability to affect white people's lives. I think that's inherently racist, way more racist. So, Charlemagne, you don't have the power to discriminate based on hiring on all the shows that you put out?
Yeah.
You absolutely do have the power to discriminate against any race if you want. Oprah doesn't have that power. Shit, Barack Obama doesn't have that power. There are so many.
It costs nothing to be prejudiced,
McDonald's, the CEO of Chase. All I'm saying is if you have economic power, you can absolutely be racist, but you can also be poor like those kids in Chicago who kidnapped that retarded white kid and be racist just based on the fact that he's white. Racism has nothing to do with economic power.
It costs nothing to be prejudiced.
There you go.
It costs nothing to be racist.
That's why people...
It costs nothing to discriminate against people.
And right on that note, that's why people that are poor are racist, because it's something they can do for free that makes them feel better.
Makes them feel better. It's just like anything else. Energy is never lost or destroyed, just merely transferred from one party to the next. That's why most unhappy people like to transfer that unhappy energy to those of us that are happy.
There you go.
So even though you may be a poor and disenfranchised white person, if you see a rich black person on TV, you be like, still a nigger.
Exactly. I'm better than him.
I'm better than him because I'm white.
Exactly.
Like,
so the poorer you are, the more you want to be racist.
That's just dumb logic, man. It's stupid.
So we got to get past that shit. For real.
We got to get past a lot of things in America. And guess what? It's going to take some time. You know what I mean? Just like Barack Obama said last night, social attitudes do not change overnight. But I will tell everybody out there listening one thing. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can be mad at me for conversating with whoever, whether it's Tommy or Minister Farrakhan, because that's both sides. Like, people get upset with Hillary, whoever. I will continue to have conversations with any and everybody.
As you should.
As we all
And you'll be more
should.
prepared for life because you have all those conversations. We got to stop the Tariq Nasheed logic of arguing, which is if you disagree with me, I will assassinate your character and call you a coon or a white supremacist.
Hold on, Tariq just texted me.
Where is he here?
No. He's going to do the show this week.
Okay. Well, I thought that he was
a special taping.
All right, fine. But so and we can discuss that more when he's here. But what we want to do is, and one of the things that I'm most upset about, Tariq, is because I was watching some of his stuff, and this is an intelligent dude, but his arguments are so lazy. The argument is, if you disagree with me, you're a white supremacist, or if you disagree with me, you're a coon.
Yeah.
Right? There's no argument. It's just character assassination. It's like what they do with a girl who says that someone raped her. He goes, oh yeah, well, someone raped you, but you can see all these people you fucked, so you can't get raped because you fucked all these people. Yeah. It's character assassination, which is the laziest form of argument. Take the topic at hand, develop an intellectual argument based on facts, and then I can deal with you.
Yeah.
But if the second I disagree with you, go, oh, well, you're a white supremacist. Oh, you're a coon. Take your coon cape on.
We're throwing a lot
Put
of
your coon cape
we're throwing
on.
too many isms around too loosely.
But that's-
feminism, racism, sexism, like
Because
we're throwing them around too loosely.
That's the liberal argument. I'm realizing, and we got to get away with this. This is what, and as a liberal, I'm holding my liberals accountable. This is what a liberal argument is. It's something that's entirely, a statement's entirely untrue, based on zero facts whatsoever, just emotion.
A lot of them are facts.
Nothing.
A lot of, but it's too much emotion on both sides.
Sure.
The problem with conservatives is conservatives need to have more empathy.
I'm gonna criticize conservatives as well. But what? So it's this blanket statement, and then what they do is attach some sort of victimology onto the blanket statement. So if you disagree with said blanket statement, then that means that you are racist, sexist, or prejudiced towards this group. Right? So you attach something to the argument so that you can't disagree. Oh, you disagree with me? Well, it's because you're homophobic. That's why you disagree. Oh, you disagree? Well, it's because you're racist.
Yeah.
Oh, you disagree? That's why you're saying women get paid less. Okay? I disagree with you. Well, it must be because you're sexist. Not because you have any logic or research or anything that can back up this argument whatsoever. So we got to get away with it. Now, conservatives have the exact same fucked up shit. They have zero empathy for what these people are going through. It's almost robotic, the arguments. They don't take into account.
They have no empathy.
No,
none
the
whatsoever.
cultural effects that people go through.
And that's what Barack was trying to say last night. Like, stop
Walk in
acting like
people's shoes.
the effects of slavery and segregation still aren't having an impact today. You got to have more empathy.
Absolutely right.
I don't know what I am, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm definitely not alt-right. I'm definitely not on the left. I'm Konami code. That's what I am.
What is that?
I'm up, down, left, right, select, start, A, B. That's my shit.
Contra.
I'm alt Konami code. That's what I am. Okay? I'm Contra, motherfucker. I don't know. I don't. This shit. All this shit is just bugging me out. All I know is we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. Shit is so basic, man. It's really kindergarten.
Yeah.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And people said that to me, like, oh, Charlamagne, you say that, but you always getting at people. Yeah, because I don't mind people getting at me. I don't mind radical candor.
Yeah.
Radical candor means that you care.
Yeah.
Like, if I really give a fuck about something or somebody, which I do because I'm just a human being and we care about other humans, I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel about something that they're doing. Okay. I'm going to call them out on something that I see that I may not think is accurate. That doesn't mean I hate that person. That doesn't mean that I will disagree with everything that this person says. That doesn't mean that I want this person to be, banished or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just simply disagree with what this person is saying in this moment. So radical candor is just simply speaking what the fuck you want to freely about who you want to. Period.
Do you think that we are confusing radical candor with self-celebration? In terms of we're searching through the internet to find something that we can expose or be outraged by. So how do we stop exposing people or being fake outraged by things and start just showing radical candor for things we actually feel a way about?
We need social media, especially Twitter, to disable the retweet feature. Disable the retweet feature.
Whoa.
And disable any comments that can come at that person. Like, you can't at me anymore. So therefore, if you have feelings about something, you have to say them on your timeline, right? And being that you're not being able to be retweeted, you don't know if are liked. So you don't know if people are fucking with what you're saying or not. That's when you know if somebody's really believes the bullshit that's coming out their mouth. Bro. Because
that's brilliant.
I don't need I don't need a amen,
a clap,
or retweet, whatever. Yeah. The way I feel is the way I feel. Period.
Dude, that is fucking brilliant because you'll cut now. It will end Twitter because people are on Twitter to get the applause, but it would cut out all the nonsense. You take away the audience. People stop performing.
Nip it in the bud.
Let's see how you feel.
Bro, it works every time. We had Kodak Black on the show, right?
I saw him this morning at Starbucks.
With the ski mask on?
No, he didn't have a ski mask on. He was dressed very Starbucks appropriate.
See what I'm saying? He come to the Breakfast Club with a fucking ski mask on.
Starbucks, he walked
he know
right
better
in.
than to walk in the white man's establishment with the goddamn ski mask on.
Oh, the caramel latte, please. Thanks a lot, guys.
This motherfucker was in the Breakfast Club with a ski mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
Talking about what he said. He said no face, no case. Some shit, but you in Starbucks.
Oh, he walked
in all your glory with your face showing. This motherfuckers. But anyway, I gave him Donkey of the Day because of the comments he made about Lil Wayne. Now, I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. I respect Lil Wayne and everything he's done, his legacy. You know what I mean? But Kodak Black goes, I'm the best rapper alive, and I'll beat the fuck out Lil Wayne. I want to fight Lil Wayne, and if I beat him up, then you get the best rapper alive title. Young man, that's not how you get the best rapper alive title. If I say I'm the best barber alive, I gotta cut hair. If I say I'm the best chef alive, I gotta fucking cook. If I say I'm a woman and I got the best pussy on the planet, I gotta pop that wet for a fucking goon. Like I gotta prove this shit. You prove you're the best rapper by rapping, not by fighting. Like these kids got a fucking misconception that the more guns you got, the better artist you are. Or the more charges you got, the better artist you are. You go to jail, the better. No, fuck all that. Can you rap, my brother? So I gave him Donkey Today for that. He comes in the Breakfast Club. I told him I had to give you Donkey today for these reasons. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He don't even got a defense. He's like, I don't want to talk about that.
Wait, what?
I don't want to talk about that. Like Kodak, come on, bro. What you mean you don't want to talk about that? You talked about it a lot on Instagram. Talk about it now. Like back it up. I want to hear some backup. Like, or just say, yeah, you know what? I was wrong. I don't mean I want to fight him, but I am the best rapper alive. I can beat him in rap. Like something. Just don't leave it out there. Like fuck it. Like no. That is me having radical candor.
Yeah.
And telling him how I feel because I care about these young brothers. Yeah. Just because I want to see them grow and I care about the coach. I want to see the coach continue to evolve. So I'm having radical candor and I'm telling him how I feel about himself. But he has no backup because he's been called on it. So that goes to me, that goes back what I was saying about disabling the retweets.
Yeah.
When nobody is there to challenge your logic, let me see how much you give a fuck. The reason Kodak went on that little rant was because it was unchallenged. He put it out.
Yeah.
And it's just floated.
Yeah.
But when he's confronted about it, it's just like, now I'm stuck.
Isn't that
I don't have anything to say.
Isn't that every irrational belief? Like you ever sit down with a racist and go, hey, why do you hate black people? And then they go, well, you know.
You don't have a reason.
They don't know. But it's easy to say you hate black people when you're surrounded by people who also think they hate black people.
So if I had to say to Kodak Black, so you do know beating up Lil Wayne isn't going to make you the best rapper alive.
Yeah. No. Make you the best rapper to beat up Lil Wayne.
To beat up Lil Wayne. Yeah. But there's no argument there.
Yeah.
He's zero argument.
Yeah, because they don't think
people
with
only
logic.
keep going when they get retweets.
Yeah.
So if I tweet some irrational shit and retweet it like, you start thinking the bullshit you just said made fucking sense.
That's why in every video people are sharing their fucking watches and showing off their jewelry because we retweet them sharing their watches and showing off their jewelry. Yeah. If we retweeted them donating to charity, guess what they do?
Yeah.
They donate to fucking charity.
Yeah.
We're retweeting them talking about boxing. So all of a sudden every rapper wants a box, which is better than killing each other, I guess. But in reality, the only reason they're doing it is because we're giving it attention.
I don't mind the boxing though. I'd rather than box and shoot each other.
That's what I just said. Yeah. But I'm saying is the only reason they're doing that is because we're giving attention. If we gave attention to good things, these rappers would do good things.
Absolutely. Somebody sent me a video last night. This was my homegirl Ava. She's from Canada. She covered DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, the comedy show.
His comedy show.
Yeah, love it.
And DeMarcus does that to raise money for like different boys and girls groups in Sacramento, whatever. And she was like, I've been sending this to a lot of blogs and nobody's posting it. And she was like, I just feel like you would post it. I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. Why wouldn't I post that?
Yeah.
Slim Thug the other day.
That was great.
When he's
after we talk about
Right after we talk about it, Slim Thug is out here buying fucking homes in his community.
Redoing them
and providing, affordable housing for people in his community. Of course I'm going to post that. Why isn't that every goddamn way? That should be on Baller, that should be on Shade Room, like, why don't we celebrate that?
We don't get retweets, bro.
Oh, my God.
We don't retweet the supportive shit. We don't retweet the positive shit, bro.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
That would only make more people do positive things.
Yeah.
That would only make more people do help their communities. Why would we care if they help their communities?
Yeah, it makes me wonder, do people really want solutions, man?
Bro, they want to complain. People will do whatever gets them positive feedback.
Yeah.
We know that, right? If a kid cries and gets attention from their parents, what do? They keep crying. If a kid acts up at school, if a kid is completely ignored by their parents, but all of a sudden they start acting up at school and then their parents give them attention, positive or negative, they'll keep acting up at school to get that fucking attention.
My daughter, my little daughter, 1-year-old daughter is, just sleep habits are all over the place.
Yeah.
So she'll sit in her crib and cry and I can't take it.
Yeah.
My wife's like, nope.
Yeah.
She needs to learn to go to sleep by herself.
Yeah.
Because if we go in there and give her that attention, that's what she wants. She's crying and she wants the attention. Well, guess what? I'm going to give her attention until she's 18. Okay? I want to hear the shit you're talking right now. All right? But I understand the principle of what the fuck she's talking about. I get it. Now, Anguilla, I got to talk about Anguilla.
Yep.
Caused a lot of trouble with last week's podcast.
Why?
Wax.
Wax caused a lot of trouble.
What happened?
'Cause Anguilla is a beautiful country. It's a religious based, country,
Right.
and they just did. I don't know if they're upset because their women had sex with Wax, or if they're upset because we talked about their women having sex with Wax.
Okay, or does it Wax talking about their feet?
Maybe, but I just want to tell Anguilla, I love Anguilla, and I will do anything for that island. I just don't know. I can understand why people were upset.
Yeah.
Because they take their women seriously. As we all do. We all take our women seriously.
What are they upset about?
I think
That
they were
someone
upset
came in
because
and fucked their girls?
I said island hoes.
Yeah.
I should have said island gals, maybe.
Why? Island hoes.
That's how we talk in America, whatever. The young people in Anguilla get it.
First of all, if you're fucking Wax, you're a hoe. Let's not act like this is like. Let's be very real. If you're fucking Wax, you're a hoe. If you know who Wax is and you decide to fuck him still, you're a hoe. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
But I didn't say Anguilla gals. I said island gals. But that is a real thing, though.
I said island hoes.
Okay, but I'm gonna say gals now. That is a real thing. Right. Island gals are sneaky, and I'm gonna tell you why they're sneaky.
Why would you back up off of hoes?
But I got daughters. That's something I'm trying not to do anyway. Period.
It's Trump's America, baby. We could say these words now.
I'm trying to be a better person. I am though. With my rhetoric towards women. Okay? Shut up, ho. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. But, island gals are sneaky. You date a girl on the island. Mm-hmm. When it's the high season, she's out there with the tourists, baby. It is what it is.
She's getting dick down.
But when it's the slow season, she's
got a
minding
boo.
her business. And I didn't just mean that for Anguilla women. I meant that for
all
island gals.
Women in a tourist community. This is not only island gals. This is girls in fucking those places in Florida where they have a lot of spring breaks and shit.
Yeah, Cancun. You think American gals don't do that?
Shit.
February is the month. Y'all call it Black History Month. CIAA weekend.
Oh, come on.
NBA All-Star weekend.
Yep.
Super Bowl weekend.
Yep.
They getting it in.
Filled up.
Period.
Filled up February.
Come on, man.
All right, Wax, come here. So what happened? You disturbed the island
Wax
of...
disturbed island Anguilla. Tell Anguilla how much you love them, man.
I love Anguilla. Man, I think my penis had a little thing to do with it, but there's nothing wrong with that. And my penis messed a lot of places up.
That's no. Well,
Your penis have messed a lot of places up?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, listen.
Like what? Cornwall?
What's that? Why can't you never be serious, man?
No, Cornwall's a real thing.
No, Cornwall's a real place.
Cornwall's a real thing. It's a bunch of dudes who had a sword fight in a cornfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were fighting for the rights of other sword fighters. And
Did we talk about meats?
We're talking about meats. Yeah.
Listen, back to Anguilla though.
Okay, so
Anguilla's a beautiful place.
Very beautiful place.
We love Anguilla.
why can't we call
100%.
girls hoes if they call us fuckboys?
Because they get sensitive. They wired different, man.
Yeah, you can't go around calling women hoes.
Yeah, you
Wait,
can't say nothing
if
about
you're acting like a
hoes.
hoe, I can't call you a hoe.
She's
No.
not acting like a hoe just because you have sex.
Nah, you're right.
If she has
Ain't
sex with
nothing wrong
Wax,
that.
she's acting like a hoe.
If she has
Why
sex,
is
that means she's a little
wax, man?
It's something I question her
There's
a little bit.
hoe-ish. You could be hoe-ish.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because you're a hoe.
I'm not really
If
a
I listen
hoe,
to this
man.
podcast, Wax,
And
and I listen to all of these women that you have sex with from state to state, country to country,
Yes.
Whoa.
there's no way I'm giving you no pussy.
Oh, come on, dude.
No, that's me. You should give me some pussy. I got
When
some
the last time you been
experience.
to a doctor?
You're right.
Listen.
You know what? I told Paige I need to go get an oil
I'll
change.
judge before
I told Paige, I did not tell you the other day. I said, listen, you know I got some miles, man. I need to go get me an oil change.
That means you got some itching going on.
No, I
do
don't.
probably got some
Ain't
itching.
nothing. Listen,
You got a couple
listen,
burning
road
beats.
bumps, Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with me at all. If something's
Something
wrong with me,
wrong.
nothing to be
bro.
funny.
Something wrong.
If something's wrong with your
Something's
meat, you can't even laugh
Honestly,
no
I've
more. What are
noticed
you
your
talking
jeans are
about?
getting baggier. I have noticed
You don't
it.
want that denim touching that sensitive
Exactly. That shit.
Nah. Ain't nothing wrong with my
That
meat.
shit chafing.
Nothing wrong with
You
my
got
meat
some
at all.
chafe down there, bro.
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, what do you mean you don't know what that means? You probably might have an STD. You got some
I'm
island
good.
STD. You probably got some fucking coconuts
Listen,
coming out of your
if
dick.
you, believe me, if something wrong with your meat, you can't even laugh.
How would you know?
Because I had an STD before.
Which one?
It was called a urinary tract infection.
That's not an STD.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. All my
First of
pee was
all-
going all over the place.
No, it is true. When you let people pee on you, when you get golden showers,
You get
UTI.
You get
Yeah,
UTI.
that's a fact.
So you got
hell
peed
no,
on?
hell
How
no.
does
The
a
girl
man
had a
get
yeast
UTI?
infection, man. This happened when I was in high school.
So a
anyway.
girl had a yeast infection.
Didn't you
and
tell me you
got-
ate some yeast before?
Yeah, when I was young. I was getting molested, Charlamagne. You're not supposed to bring that shit up.
What do you mean? You brought it up when we had the sexpert here. You bragged about it. You were like, I ate pussy for an hour.
I ate yeast for an hour.
I had to eat yeast
How do you
infection
eat yeast for an hour? You cough up a fucking
It
sourdough
wasn't that.
loaf.
It's for years I had to eat yeast infection. That's how I know exactly the smell. I can look at a girl right now and tell she got a yeast infection. Like, look, she got a yeast infection. She got a yeast infection.
So
Say,
all
no.
the girls here have a
No,
yeast
no,
infection.
No, I'm playing.
What, yeast? Yeah.
People eat yeast though.
No, it's in bread and that kind of shit, except
That's
for
different
juice.
kind of yeast.
Yeah.
It's yeast you cook for bread and yeast that grows in a woman's vagina. Like that's
No, those are the same. You can make bread out of
Yeah,
that.
you can make bread out of that. It's like the cream or something.
It's the same yeast. You
Yeah.
can
Really?
make bread out of it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Yeast is yeast. It's
Everybody
like
ate it before.
Sugar is sugar.
Come on.
Yeast is yeast. It's not a
How
big
you know
deal.
if a pussy fucked up though?
Say again?
How you know if a pussy fucked up though?
If she's poor.
No. Why? Because she can't get it fixed?
No, I'm just saying, generally speaking, if she's really poor, pussy probably fucked up.
But listen, I in all sincerity,
1% pussy's always clean. You got to admit that.
I don't know.
1%
I
pussy?
doubt it.
Oh, come on.
They seem like they
You think
elusive.
Oprah? You think Oprah got a yeast infection?
She's had them before.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Tight panties.
Before.
Not
Yeah.
since she's been 1%.
Nah, she's had them before.
Not since she's
But
been
listen,
1%.
It's a natural thing. All girls get yeast
I always give them yeast
No,
infection.
they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, it's the girls
They
who
get it
don't
from
pee
mad
after
different
sex.
things.
Just 19. Stop it. You
Girls,
haven't had one yet.
Girls that don't pee after
It's
sex
an old,
get yeast
it's an older
infections.
thing for your pussy. No, I know young girls who had yeast infections before.
No, it's-
Hey,
you're
them
not
girls had
clean.
yeast infections. How old you think them girls was? They were like 9 years old. They had yeast infections. That shit was like crazy.
Wax,
I had
what
to
do you
eat
mean?
that
fucking
shit.
9-year-olds?
About it?
I was 4.
They never letting you back in Angola. Ever.
So hold on.
It's
When you were 4
my
years old, you were
gosh.
eating. You were eating.
I
out
was getting
nine-year-olds.
molested from 4 to 9 years old.
But you're going down on them. So who's molesting who?
They were making me do it. You think I wanted to do? I wanted to play hide and go seek. I wanted to go run around and play around with everybody else. I couldn't. I always had to be a fucking sex slave.
Wax is traumatized, bro.
Yeah, I was fucked
bro.
up. I was
That's
fucked
why
up
you
for a
like.
minute.
That's why you like to have sex with all these girls now.
I think I'm doing a favor. They made me do a favor when I was young. Now I got to do favors now for people now.
So you're the
I
victim.
really don't want to have sex.
You don't want to have sex with all these girls on the island.
No, hell no.
Right.
I
But you
want to
just
pray.
have to do
I
it.
want to pray.
You want to pray.
Yeah,
Anguilla's
what's
a
up.
great place to pray.
definitely.
I feel closer to God when I'm in Anguilla.
Yes, great water.
Actually,
beautiful.
that's a great little pickup line to say to a girl.
What's that? I'm here.
No, just the prayer shit. I like that. Like you'd see you and the girl, like we should pray. You know, let's get down on our knees and pray.
Listen, I pray.
Why you think reverends and pastors get all the pussy
Just say-
and all the boy butt?
Because all the boy butt. Because
No,
right
it's-
after you
it's,
pray, you can be like,
crazy.
look, while you're already on your knees, you know, you might as well.
No. You pray after because you had an act of sin. That's why you pray
No,
after.
pray before, and then the sin doesn't count.
You pray
No,
not
no,
to
no,
sin.
you're
Wax has this whole
crazy,
prayer thing
man.
messed up.
Totally fucked
Wax
up.
prays for forgiveness,
Yes.
which you should do. But you should also pray for God to give you the strength not to
Not
commit
to
the
do
sin in
it.
the first place.
But he don't want that.
100%.
He don't want that. Yeah, he don't want that. He don't want that.
He's just like the
Twitter.
he's just like Twitter,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
You want some shit to complain about,
You don't want that.
right?
No, you know what? I never thought about it like that, but I'm gonna ask God to give me the strength not to have sex right now.
Duh.
But
You
for
never
how
thought.
long, though?
You never
But for
thought
how
about
long?
forever until you get married.
Come on, that's
Stop
crazy.
it. Come on, you don't want to be a Christian. You don't want to go to heaven, bro.
You know what?
You
I'm
really
gonna
don't
ask
want to
him.
go to heaven.
You
bro.
really don't.
But I don't want to let him down. That's something I'm real weak in.
You've
though.
been letting him
You're
down
not
this
that
whole
weak.
time.
I am.
It's a
Listen,
matter
I
of
don't
choice.
blow down
Stop
on
it.
Sundays
Yeah.
for how long?
Let me ask you a
How
question.
long have I been blowing down on Sundays?
I don't know, but you're wasting your time.
I'm very.
That's the dumbest thing in the
But
world.
God never said you can't smoke weed.
I'm very disciplined on a lot
God
of
never said
things.
you can't smoke weed.
Listen, he sins 6 days a week.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
in
and
it.
then
And then
one
on
day a
Sunday,
week.
he's like, I'm not smoking weed.
I ain't smoking-
But he'll do
listen.
everything else.
It's a reason
Sex.
why I don't do that. It's a reason why I don't
Let me
do
ask you a
that.
question.
I asked
Yeah,
God
'cause
not
you
to do-
lying to yourself.
No, I asked God to do something for me back in the day, and He did it. And I tell you, know what? I'm gonna give you something I love to do. So
you giving
I
him
gave
one day?
I gave him something I love to do the most.
What woman would accept that?
That's hard.
God kept him out of jail for 15 to 20 years. So
So
you
he
know what,
giving him
God? I
one
won't
day.
smoke weed.
Yes, I
For
love
a
to do that.
day.
I love to do
one
that.
day, God.
I do everything.
That seems like a fair
though. You
trade.
know how hard it is?
Takes 12 hours.
What?
Hold on. Yes. That's one day. That's 24 hours.
What girl would agree to that? What girl would agree to listen? I'm going to be faithful for you 6 days out of so 1 day out of the week. What job would agree with that? I'm going to work for you really well 1 day out of the week.
If you paying me that good at 1 day a week, I'm down. And if you want to only be faithful to me
Boy,
1 day
y'all
a
be
week,
taking God for granted, bro.
nah, chill out. Now
Y'all
it's
be,
my game,
y'all
ain't God.
really be
You disrespecting God.
Y'all really be
Figure.
pushing God,
You see the
bro.
shirt right here?
It's
What
just
is
a
that?
shirt.
That's real over
My
here.
God
It's just
versus
a
my
shirt.
enemies. Listen, that's
This
cute.
is real. You
Okay.
like that shirt, though, right?
No, it is. And if you
No
really
doubt.
believed in God, you would have gotten a bigger size.
Hey, you want to know the truth? Come on. Exactly, that's a fact. You know the truth, though? Your biggest enemy is you.
It is. It's me and my meat. Me and my meat is we two totally different people though.
All right, that's fair.
All right, so listen, all
You
you,
really
women,
take
listen,
for
tell me,
granted what God did.
all you women out there who have been done wrong by wax,
I don't do
pray
nobody
for his
wrong.
dick to fall off.
No. See,
It's
see?
just that simple.
It's out of control.
Let's remove the sin from the young man.
It is two different
Let's
people
remove
though.
the
It is
sin
two
from the young
different
Why don't
man.
you go trans?
What's wrong with you?
Why don't you cut your dick off for real?
Why?
So that you could go to
Why?
heaven.
Be Aaron with an E. E-R-I-N. Listen, do you rather go to heaven or have a dick?
You want heaven or dick?
No,
bro?
that's a good
Listen,
question.
No, that's a real good question.
Would, if you knew for a fact you would go to heaven, would you cut your dick off?
Eternity in heaven.
Oh,
dog.
you going to hell?
No. That's good.
You're
That is
done.
good.
You must
That
not
is
want to
good.
go to
What
heaven.
about y'all? Would you cut your meat off?
Absolutely.
I'm
Hell
doing it.
no.
Heaven?
What the fuck is wrong with you, boy? You want to go to heaven, boy?
I don't
You
believe in heaven that much.
No, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of big, but I don't think God would do that to me.
Katira, what you doing?
I talk
over
to
there,
God.
bro?
I talk to God all the time.
Katira's
She
scribing on
start hearing all
the.
these dicks being cut off. She
She
start
hop on
crawling
her
on the floor.
knees.
Where they at? Dicks on the floor. Where they at?
A dick over there. A dick over there.
Listen, I don't believe in heaven that much to cut
That's
my
your
dick
problem.
off.
That's your problem.
Well, you clearly don't believe in heaven if you
I
sin it all the
do.
time. If you
Whoa,
believe in
whoa,
heaven,
whoa,
why don't you
whoa,
kill
whoa.
yourself?
This guy is
If
If you
go to
believe in
heaven.
heaven,
Yeah, you kill yourself, you're not going to heaven.
They say you go to hell.
listen, you forgive you. He's got to forgive you
Nah, how you gonna forgive yourself if you dead?
That's a fact.
right before you die.
God,
You
please
done
forgive me for the
killed
sin I'm
yourself.
about
Not,
to commit.
not pill. You take some lethal dose of whatever, and then
And
right
you start
afterwards be like,
praying
my
right
bad,
away,
I
man.
fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. Boom, I'm going to heaven. I'm just saying, clearly you don't believe in heaven that much. The
I
only
do.
people that believe in heaven are Muslims.
No, that's not true.
Muslim terrorists believe in heaven.
Christians, Jehovah's
Yeah, we do.
Witnesses,
Listen, bro.
everybody.
Then go. It's right there.
This guy
It's
is
right
crazy.
there.
Right.
Go.
I see what you're saying,
Did
though.
you see
Jump
it?
off the bridge on the way down. Be like, I should have jumped off the bridge.
I see what you're saying, because Muslims will give their life.
To go
to heaven.
because they
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
in
I
that
get it.
shit. Christians be like, I'm gonna ride this shit out and then we'll see.
That's
Nah,
actually
nah,
a very
nah.
good point.
It's
Jump
not a
off the
good
bridge
point,
on the way
man.
down. Say, I shouldn't have jumped off the bridge. God forgive me.
What I got from it, you saying, you know what? If you know that's a sin and you know that stop you from getting to heaven, why are you doing it? Me and my thing is, yo, pussy fucks me up. That's
It
the only
shouldn't.
thing. You right, but I don't.
What if you
I'm
found
not,
out
I'm not a
heaven-
liar. I'm not a cheater. I don't thief. I don't do nothing else that I can control. But pussy
do you mean
fucks
you don't
me
Okay,
up.
what
I
if
can
you
control
found
anything
out?
else.
What if you found out heaven was in a young man's esophagus?
What's that? Number one, I don't even know what that is. Number one, I don't know what that is.
Esophagus
And
is
the only
throat.
way, and the only way to reach it was with your dick.
You gotta get
Heaven's
it.
just a dick. Heaven's just a dick length away.
Why we really got to do this?
No, for real.
Nah, let's do something else. Say something else. Say it's inside a burning house or something like that. Why it got to be in a man's throat?
You'd run into a burning house before you got your dick sucked by a rat?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Anytime.
No, but to go to heaven.
I'll go into a jungle
Okay.
with bears and with a
All I'm
couple
saying is-
bullets.
Jesus
before I
Christ,
go
that is
into
the most
before
homophobic shit I've ever heard in
you
my
gonna let somebody
life.
touch my
Bears?
meat?
Jesus
You might not
Christ.
even look at it. I'd rather go
Okay.
to war before I let a man look at my meat.
Look at it.
Yeah,
You never
why
been
you
to the
want-
doctor? You never had your balls cut?
You play football. You've been naked with guys in the locker
In the
room.
shower. And I
Stop
told you what happened, how we used to make Tippy Toes leave. Tippy Toes got to get the fuck out.
You are homophobic.
I'm not homophobic.
No, he's not homophobic.
You're-
He's worried he'd do some gay shit.
That's
No,
all.
Because
no,
I
you're
can
right,
look
no,
at another
no,
guy's
no,
dick and
no,
not
no,
want
no,
to
no.
suck
Never
it.
thought
You know
about
how
it.
This
girls be
motherfucker
talking?
wanna
No,
suck
you know how
dick.
girls be talking? We heard that he be talking with the girls and telling all the girls everybody's size and everything is going on. Tippy Toes got to leave. I'm not, listen, if I got a little meat, I don't care.
Well,
who cares about
you
that?
better
kind of
hope that
shit?
you never
I
need a
pump
grant
fast.
from anybody who's gay for your chicken farm.
Whoa,
you better
whoa.
hope it's nothing but straight men in the chicken
Well, you
farm
say
industry.
anything, I got people that I know that's gay. I don't got nothing to do
Listen, I
with
know
that.
you don't
Some
have
of my
anything wrong
best
with
friends
gay.
are gay.
This is what
No, I
this
didn't
is
say
what
that. I never said that. I never said that.
I would never have a best friend that's gay.
I love dick. No, okay. So would you get head from a dude
Never.
to go to heaven?
God won't do that.
Listen,
That's
how do you
nothing-
know what God
The
will
Lord
do?
works in
won't
mysterious
do that.
ways.
That's not that mysterious.
Let me tell you. Oh,
Not that mysterious.
so a little kid could get cancer. He could be born terminally ill with cancer, and that's not mysterious
God
at all.
not going to do something. He not approving
God
that. That's
gives
not-
little
Why you
kids
even doing this?
cancer.
Would you suck a dick to save a
Nope.
life?
Nope.
So your son.
Chill out.
or
Why
your
am I asking you all
mom-
these fucking questions?
Yo,
too?
ask me. You never read the Bible?
Absolutely.
You never
I'm
read the
sucking dick
Bible.
to save my daughters.
Man,
What did
Jesus.
Joseph have to do?
I'm gonna pray.
No, what did
and
Isaac have to do?
Hopefully the
Did he
seas
have to
open up.
offer his
the
son?
seas gonna part. And after
Did he
I
have to
pray,
offer his
I ain't
son?
gotta do that. I ain't gotta go to
Real
war.
quick.
By the way,
He
that
had to
whole story
kill-
about the Red Sea party
Yes.
was a light skinned man's asshole. They
Hey,
big
wait,
party.
wait, guess what?
Right?
Yeah.
It was a red bone
Nope.
man's
Y'all
asshole.
out of control.
No,
Y'all need to read the Bible
listen,
a little
I'm
bit
reading
more.
the Bible right now, so I know
You
some
reading
shit
it
about the
wrong.
fucking Bible. I'm reading that
You're
shit right.
reading it wrong.
I'm reading
You-
that shit right.
Listen,
I'm being dead
lean
serious
not
with
to
you.
your own understandings, y'all. Please.
No, listen.
Because y'all
I just
Yeah,
go
I
off
want
of
you
the
to
word.
I want you to
just go
remember
off
that
the word,
when you
man.
got to suck a
He
dick.
was willing to
Nope,
kill
it never
his son.
happened. Never
He was
happened
willing
in
to
my
kill
life.
his own son.
Thank
so
God
would
for
you
that.
bring your dick up to a boy's lips just for God to step in and be like, all right, don't suck that?
Great story. I can't remember the characters in the Bible. Remember the Bible?
I'll tell you which
when,
ones.
When the two ladies
I'm
came
reading
with
it.
the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Look, well, I'm gonna cut this baby in half,
And you can
then
have
the
half
lady,
each,
the
yeah.
lady was like, "No, let her have him," and that's how he knew it was the mother because she didn't
Okay.
want no harm to be done to her.
Exactly.
Solomon.
Exactly.
If somebody says to you, Wax, you got to suck this dick to save the life, you at least got to get on your knees.
No, I don't.
You gotta get on your knees. You gotta at
I'ma
least
close my eyes
show
and pray.
that
Listen,
you're willing to
you
do
talking
it.
Faith, bro.
Listen. I got so
Have
much faith. You
faith.
talking to a man who
You
was in
got so
front of the
much
judge. You talking to a man who's in front of the judge, and the judge said, "You had anything to say before I put
And
you
you
away?"
sang Amazing Grace.
And I prayed.
You sang-
and something happened.
You sang Amazing
Push.
Grace.
Pray until something happened. Okay.
You sang Amazing Grace.
Listen, it was a God song. Do you understand what I'm saying? You better figure it out. When you got pressure on you like that, it ain't to suck a dick. It is to pray.
I'm just saying, it feels to me that you have a lack of faith and you're
No, I
not willing to
don't,
do
man.
certain things for God. God was
God wouldn't ask you to do
beaten
certain
for
things
you.
like that.
How
God
do
was
you know?
nailed for you. God was put up on a cross.
And
God was
listen,
basically
I would get my ass
murdered
beat
for you.
for God. I would get my ass beat for God.
But you won't get your
better-
ass fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Would you get your ass fucked?
Nope. God, you're going to take me at that time. You're going to take me.
Wow.
Take
So
me.
you wouldn't get penetrated for God.
Nope. He
What
don't,
if
he don't
Jesus
want me to do
himself-
that.
What if,
What-
he
what
don't
if
want me to do
Jesus
that.
himself came down with the little holes in his
This
hands
guy's out of
and he
control.
said,
This is not
and he
fair.
said
This
to
is
you
not
with the
fair.
holes in his hands, I want
This
you
is
to
not fair.
fuck this hole in my
No,
hand.
I want you to suck this dick, and I'm gonna hold
Oh,
your
yeah,
hand.
I'ma hold your
Jesus will hold your hair while you suck this dick. You wouldn't do it?
No, y'all are out of control. Y'all
Wow.
are really,
You wouldn't suck dick for
Nope,
Jesus.
nope,
You don't love
nope,
God like
nope,
you think
nope,
you
Yeah,
do,
bro.
No, listen. He wouldn't do this.
I'm willing to do anything for my God. You have to prove that you're God first, but I'm willing to do anything for him.
He wouldn't do you. He wouldn't ask you to do nothing like that, man.
How do you know?
He wouldn't.
You don't know that?
The
I
Lord
talk to him
works in
all
mysterious
the
ways.
time.
You don't talk
He
to
never-
him.
I talk to him all the time.
So ask him why he makes so many people Muslim and they're going to hell.
Are you on drugs?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like if you know your God, that's a weird thing. He made 2 billion people Muslim. They're going to hell. That's a weird thing to do.
Man. Listen,
Right?
man.
I'm just saying you should ask him.
God
bless
The Lord
you, yo.
works in mysterious
I'm
ways.
willing to do anything for my God.
Yeah, I'm willing to do anything.
No,
for
you're
God,
not.
too.
You're
But
not
he's
willing to
not.
suck dick?
That is clear,
Listen,
you're not.
man, God didn't want me to do that. He know exactly what he want me to do. Exactly what I'm doing. I'm walking on a journey of what he want me to
He
do
wants
right
you to
now.
kidnap
No,
people
he's
and put
not.
shit in
No,
their
he's not.
peacoats.
Yeah, hey, man, that's what he wanted to do. Listen,
If you
know
were
why
walking, if you were walking the journey that God wants you to walk, you wouldn't be praying for repentance. You know you're doing stuff that God wouldn't want you to do.
Yes,
So
yes,
stop
but
it.
I'm weak
Stop
in
it.
that though. I'm weak in that.
You
I'm
gotta,
weak
you
with
gotta,
pussy.
you gotta stop saying that as your excuse, yo.
Yo, I be trying. You don't be thinking I be trying not to have sex? If that's the case, you know how much sex I be having if I don't turn it down? I be having sex right now if I ain't turn it down right now this second.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Man, it's easy.
I need every woman that's had sex with Wax in the past 3 months to go get tested. I don't care if you're from New York.
I didn't say. I said I
South
turn it
Carolina,
down.
Angola,
Did you see
California.
this motherfucker?
please. All right, this is getting out of control. Wax's dick is gonna be the devil of us all.
No. It's
Wax's
chill out.
dick
Chill out.
is the Donald Trump of the country right
It got us in a
now.
lot of. It got us in a lot of trouble. Definitely got me a lot, but it did a lot of good for me too.
I just want
You know
you,
what I'm saying?
to reconnect with God.
Yo, listen, I got a lot of dick privileges around here.
I want you to reconnect with your faith, Wax.
Reconnect
Nah,
with
you're
your
right.
faith.
Sometimes God tests you in
You're
mysterious
right.
ways.
You're right. He shouldn't be. Don't take for every temptation, every girl that come after you. Don't try to smash you, dumb motherfucker. I be
Exactly.
talking to myself like this all the time, though.
You gotta have faith. You
Yeah.
gotta have faith, bro.
And you know what? You know what I think he did? He gave me
You know who
something to
said
get out
that?
of
A
it.
great gay man by the name of George Michael.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with
Who's
that.
probably in heaven right now.
You know
Suck a
what?
dick.
But you know what? But you know what? Yeah, you're really out of control. You're really out of control.
Hold up, though. What if heaven is your own personal heaven?
That's what it should
What if
be.
heaven is what you love? So if George Michael died and went to heaven, he's surrounded by the biggest dicks on the planet.
Exactly.
Yikes,
And
man.
you gotta
What
let
is
him
all
suck
that
your
shit?
dick because that's his heaven.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He wouldn't send me there. That's something I wasn't of. Nobody care about none of
You're
that.
probably going to hell, though. So being that you're so
I'm
homophobic,
not doing. It's not
you're
about
probably
being
going to hell. You're going to be
homophobic.
surrounded by men's mouths and men's buttholes.
Yeah. And they're gonna look moist.
Yeah, it won't even be no people attached to them. It's
Is
gonna be
this-
buttholes.
is
like
this-
mouths and buttholes.
Is this what y'all really want? Is this what y'all got in y'all mind?
And hairy
Is this what y'all got in y'all mind? Hey, I
And
talk
heat.
about-
A lot of heat.
All right, Wax like a lot of pussy, so you know what? Give them men.
Yeah.
God don't work like that.
Yes,
You
he
don't know
does.
how God works.
I do know how God works.
How?
My life.
First of all, why do you think
It's
God doesn't like
temptation.
homosexuality? I think that was completely misinterpreted.
Let me hear what you
I've been
got,
reading the
Schultz.
Bible about it.
First
Let
of
me hear
all,
what you got, Schultz.
it's impossible. Like I just don't believe you can't say God is like not judgmental, but then say he would hate somebody because of their sexuality.
He doesn't hate people
That's-
because of their
no,
sexuality.
like, no,
that Sodom and Gomorrah shit, he didn't burn them. Okay, I read the story
Okay,
about
let me
Sodom
hear
and
it.
Gomorrah. He didn't kill everybody in Sodom and Gomorrah because they butt fucked each other. They said.
What are we here for, Schultz?
I'm just saying. I
What
read
are
the
we here
story.
for, Schultz?
I read the story.
We are here to reproduce. You cannot reproduce with the man. So why are you with
shut
this
up,
guy?
Let me ask you a
I'm
question.
not being homophobic.
How many girls have you? Okay, then. So why you don't reproduce with every girl you have sex with?
I'm a piece of shit.
So
when
stop
it comes to-
saying
no,
I'm
just
not
silly
supposed to be
logic.
doing it.
Guy, here's a better
I'm
argument.
not supposed to
Here's
be
a
having
better-
sex with these girls.
So stop it with this
Wax,
silly
I'm
logic.
trying to
Here's
stop.
a better argument. Do you get head?
I try not to.
Ooh, oh,
But
now
do
you
you
try
get
not
head?
to.
I try not
You
to.
realize
You're
how
not
silly?
reproducing with head. You might as well fuck someone in the ass.
You realize how silly this logic is? You just said.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You can't be
Jerking
gay
off-
because gay
jerking
people are
off-
supposed to
listen,
reproduce.
That's
You
right.
got one child.
All right.
That you
And
take
you
care.
fuck thousands of girls.
Shut up.
You should have thousands of kids by your logic, Wax.
This
You
guy
realize
is
that,
You're a
right?
bad
crazy.
Christian pulling out every single time. How dare you disrespect God?
No.
How
wear
dare
a
you
condom.
disrespect God and not get all these women
Wear a
pregnant?
condom. How dare you disrespect
Listen,
God?
man. All right, listen,
God's
that's what
invent
jerking
condoms.
off is for, all right? Jerking off is for this type of stuff. After you jerk off, you don't want to have sex anyway. So, listen, that's what I need to start doing more. I need to start doing more jerking off. I stopped jerking off for a while.
Wow, God really is proud of you. You don't smoke weed on Sunday and you don't
Yep.
jerk off.
I
Thank
stopped
you
jerking
thank
off
you
for
all
like
the-
a couple of months.
Thank you
and
for all the
that-
sacrifices
every
you have
time I
made for
jerked
him.
off, every time I stopped jerking off, then my fucking count start going up crazy.
All I'm saying, can we just get back to the Bible real quick? The Sodom
Imagine
and
if
Gomorrah
Jesus
story.
had stopped jerking off for our sins. How stupid would that logic sound now?
Wait,
Jesus,
what do you
mean?
Jesus
That's
stopped
my
jerking.
own, but that's my
Jesus
that's
stopped
my
jerking
fuck
off
ups,
for
though.
all our sins. How stupid does that sound?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
that
stop
sounds
that. That's
stupid,
my
yeah.
vice, though.
No, that's just
What?
the easiest
That's my
thing.
vice. No, it's not
You're trying
easy.
to take the easiest road to heaven.
You are.
Bro. You really trying to take
you know
the
what?
easy ass
It's
road
easy
to
for me
heaven,
not to.
bro.
It's easy for me not to
I
drink
can
liquor,
see
right?
that shit.
It's easy for me not to drink liquor, but somebody else it'd be hard as hell for them not to drink liquor.
You want to really?
My vice is jerking off and pussy, so I stopped jerking
well,
off,
be abstinent.
pussy, and weed.
You should be abstinent.
I'm trying
then
to
you
do it.
really
It's
be
celibate.
making a sacrifice.
I don't
People
think
really
I don't
taking
see you
serious.
sacrificing.
I'm
I see
trying.
you fucking
Listen.
everybody with
I don't
crusty
nut
feet
though.
in Antigua.
No, I don't nut.
Anguilla or whatever.
I don't nut. As long as you don't nut, you ain't have sex.
Say again.
As long as you don't nut, you ain't have sex.
Okay.
Okay, Wax.
All right, Wax.
So-
Listen,
I didn't. I don't be nutting
The
at
moral-
all.
the moral-
So if a guy rapes a girl but he didn't come, they didn't
Why
have
you
sex?
gotta be-
They didn't
listen.
rape? That's not rape?
No, if you touch a girl and she don't want you to, you call it rape. Your girl can say anything she want to say.
listen, I'm
You know
not
what I'm
having
saying?
these conversations. We almost got through a whole episode without rape.
Schultz is crazy.
You got to put it out there. That's how people understand. I need to protect
Listen,
women.
The moral of the story is we love Anguilla.
Anguilla is
Anguilla is an
amazing.
amazing place.
Dope.
I started going to Anguilla about 4 years ago based off the recommendation of Marvette Brito. I have never gotten a comp room in Anguilla. Every time I go to Anguilla, I pay my way. All right.
Wow.
So for all you people who are saying things like we were invitees of the island and the people who invited us need to apologize for bringing us, no, I paid my way.
Yeah.
Every time I've been to Anguilla, rooms, flights,
Yeah.
food, like whatever. So
Island hoes, paid
no,
for.
no. I salute to all the beautiful women in
Nah, they
Anguilla.
dope,
I can't
yo.
believe you're being so
They
pussy about this
Nah,
island
it's
host
not,
thing.
It's
Backing
not about
up.
that. What easy.
I can't call.
Schultz.
Listen, I
Island
can't.
hoes,
I
who
can't call her a
cares?
hoe
What's
for
the-
having sex with Wax because we all make
No,
mistakes.
excuse
can't.
me, man.
Right. So
That's
you can
allegedly,
Forgive
right?
her for the mistake.
Allegedly.
But fucking
I want-
Wax is some hoe shit.
I want
Let's
to
be
salute
honest.
my guy Hayden in Anguilla. I want to salute my guy Shaq. I want to salute.
You are really
peace,
feeling bad
peace,
about
peace,
this.
No, these are my
real heat
people.
that you're
Nah,
getting
these
out.
people.
These are my people.
peoples.
I want to salute Delicia at Tasties. You know, because all of those people rode for me this week on some like, shut the fuck up, relax. This is that's our guy. You know what I
Easy.
mean? Salute to my people at Gwen's.
You really offended people in Anguilla.
My meat,
No, I offended a
man.
couple people.
You did.
A few
Who
people.
gives a fuck?
It
No,
did.
I
No,
care.
yeah.
Stop
duh.
it.
I can't.
What's wrong with you,
I
man?
can't.
Stop
You
it.
ain't get no
You're-
beatings when you was young. That
you're
shit.
allowing-
He ain't never get no beatings. You never got a beating, yo. It's okay. It's okay to apologize if you
No,
did
it's
something
not.
wrong.
I didn't
it's okay to
apologize. I'm just saying I love Anguilla.
Nah, I love it too. It's
That's
an
it.
amazing
Nah,
place. It's
I
dope.
don't believe it. I don't
I
believe
have
it.
a whole lot of fun besides those
If I did,
fun.
but if I
I'll
offend-
apologize for shit that I feel like I did wrong.
If
You're
I offended you-
apologizing for someone else thinking you did something wrong.
It might not even be intentionally. I offended
offended
a lot of people and I didn't
If
do
you have
it.
to apologize every time somebody's offended by your shit, that's all you're gonna do with the
I
rest of
didn't
your life. is
apologize.
I understand what you're
It's like
saying.
doing like a half-ass apology.
Nah, I just bigged him up. I'm bigging up Anguilla for the
I
reasons I,
understand
love
that.
Anguilla.
You're right though.
I apologize when I fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I know I fuck up sometimes, and I say something sorry.
And I do it. I hate when I have to apologize to somebody and I know I really ain't do it. I just do it for your feelings.
No, I can't
That's
fuck
the,
up.
that's the wackest apology in the world. Listen, I never apologize
hate
when I'm
that.
under pressure. When you got pressure on you and you got heat, those are the most
Just run.
Those are the most inauthentic apologies.
Run,
those
bro.
shit is whack.
Yep.
Run.
Don't ever believe somebody when they apologize because they got fired or because they lost some money. Or they about to go to jail. That
you.
shit, shut up.
Shut
That's
up.
nonsense.
People that apologize when they're good, those are the real apologies.
Yeah.
Those that's like not smoking weed on a Sunday.
Okay.
What you mean?
That's your not smoking weed on a Sunday. The fake apology.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean? That's real. That you know how hard it is not to smoke weed on a Sunday?
Okay, Wax.
Is it really that hard?
It's really, really hard.
Every Sunday. I
By
don't
the way,
smoke.
Every Sunday. You know what I want you to do? I want you to jerk off for and you right when you see about this nut, just let go and don't nut.
I will say this.
See how hard that shit is?
You have offended
What?
women damn near every time you've been on the podcast. This is the first time that you will absolutely offend the LGBT community.
What that mean? Who
They are going to destroy you.
Who is it LGBT?
Okay.
LGBT.
All
These
right.
are the people that are.
All right.
They're the people that are control the alphabet.
All right.
So
Yes,
any
they-
new
yeah.
letters they want to
Yeah.
add to the
Hey,
alphabet,
man.
they
Yes,
decide
you
what it is.
consistently
OPQ.
disrespect the alphabet. See that right there? Why would you disrespect the alphabet
Who
like
is
that?
these people?
You'll find out.
Listen, I don't know.
FBI, DEA,
I know who these
CIA,
motherfuckers is.
LGBT. Those the alphabet boys you don't want on your ass.
Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't even know
And
who
when
these
the
people
LGBT is on your ass, you
They're
won't
on
feel
your
it.
ass.
Listen,
Okay?
whoever y'all are,
And once
I
they
don't
go,
know what the fuck
once they
talking
get
about.
on, they go in.
They go real.
All right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
They paint those walls.
You about to feel it.
I ain't feeling
All right?
shit if I think y'all know what y'all talking
What's his
about.
Twitter? At Wax King.
No,
W-
Instagram.
Instagram.
He's not on
WAXKYNG. LGBT community. Show this homophobic
out.
guy how you
Oh,
feel
mean,
about him.
Is it gay guys? Listen, I don't have no problems with them at all.
Right.
You asked me what I want to give somebody head. That's gay. I'm not gay. What the fuck?
No, we didn't say that you would do it for enjoyment. We would say that you would do it to get to
If
heaven.
I got a gun to my head, it's like, you want to die or you got to suck a dick?
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm not sucking a dick. What's wrong with you?
You're never. I want you to know right
Yo,
now.
hold on. So is this something that you don't do? What food don't you eat? If you know you're allergic to
You're
something,
not going
if
to
you know
compare.
say
You're
you're
not
allergic
going to
nuts.
compare somebody's sexuality to somebody's diet. You're not going to do that.
This guy, what is
You
he? Y'all got something down on me. What I do this week?
You're never.
What'd I
Listen. I pray that whoever is that runs the chicken industry is not gay, because it's over for you, buddy.
Yo, what's wrong with that?
Hold on.
What did I
Like,
say
this a
wrong?
wrap.
There was
Listen,
no way
if
you'd
there's
suck
something
dick.
that you don't
No
do.
way.
Listen,
No way you'd suck
No,
dick.
I don't want to.
Nothing.
It's something I do not want to do. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
This is the
To get
most,
to heaven,
This is
bro.
the most
You
disgusting
get to go to heaven. You wouldn't
homophobic
do it.
rhetoric I've ever
How's
heard.
this homophobic? I just don't want to do it.
You don't even know what
Something that you don't
homophobic
wanna do?
means. That's why you don't know
There's
this is
nothing in your life
homophobic.
that you don't want to do.
Yeah, there are a lot of things.
Like what? What's one thing you don't want to do?
Suck dicks.
What the fuck is?
But
so
you
so
have
you
to
homophobic
give,
too?
But I don't believe in heaven as much as you.
So you don't mind sucking a dick, basically.
No, my point is I don't believe in heaven, so I'm not going to trust that. I'm not saying I don't believe in heaven, but I don't believe in it as much as you. I need more proof before I suck dick. You truly believe that there's heaven, and you wouldn't suck a dick to get there. That's weird. That's really weird.
What if holy water is actually semen?
Y'all are
And the
out of
only way to
control
get
with
to-
this. Y'all need to read more.
The only way to
God's
This is
facial.
not what it is.
That's what it is. Get a facial from God, bro. Real talk. Let him.
Time out. This is
Go.
how we end this.
Okay.
Sheesh.
You wouldn't give Jesus no head, bro?
Time to go.
You
No,
Time to
real
go.
talk.
wouldn't give Jesus
If
no
y'all
head?
think these guys
No,
are
no,
idiots,
listen.
say
Yeah.
yes.
No. Hold up. You wouldn't give Jesus no head, bro?
Yo,
No, that's
time
a
to
good
go.
question.
Jesus come down here with those nice bronze feet. Okay, that hair
Listen,
made of
man.
lamb's wool.
What you say,
All
man?
right,
Say
making
it, man.
all your wildest
Say
dreams
it.
come
Yeah,
true.
come on.
Walking on water.
My wildest dream
Okay.
to be able to become celibate. Somebody help me out.
If you wouldn't give Jesus
Matter
no
of
head,
fact,
then
y'all
you-
girls,
You
just
wouldn't
stop
give
on your
Jesus head?
toes.
No, you wouldn't give Jesus.
You wouldn't give
head,
Jesus
bro?
head serious. This is a serious
Shut
question.
up. I'm not. Why are we talking about this? Let's talk about girls not doing their toes and not stop having sex.
I can't believe you
Hot.
wouldn't give Jesus head, bro.
Why wouldn't you give Jesus head, dude?
What is wrong with y'all?
You don't love the Lord the way you say you love the
Charlamagne,
Lord.
would you give Jesus head?
I would have no choice. I'd feel like I would have no choice. Yes, I would give Jesus.
Okay, but would you
Jesus.
gag on it?
I'd have no. Yes, it's Jesus. If you can prove to me that you're Jesus, right?
You gotta do a lot of proving.
If you step out of the
Stevie
sky,
Wonder, you gotta grab Stevie
No, no.
Wonder. He'll be about Everybody tell me what color
You
shirt
step
I got
out of the
on.
sky
Or something.
with the Wu-Tang Clan Triumph beat playing.
Okay,
You immediately turn all the water into Remy. Okay?
Alright.
You walk on every ocean in the world. You heal
Open
the
it up.
blind. Get rid of all the HIV out of Charlotte's
STDs.
You tell us, look, I've got rid of Magic's HIV a long time ago. All right, Jesus.
Charlamagne like black women.
Jesus.
You're not a racist.
Jesus, not only can you get some
Jesus.
head, you deserve some for all you've done for us
And you just
as
go
a
start
society. Yes.
So you
Let
find
me-
a girl with some nice lips
Nah,
and get them right.
Now, let me tell you what I'd do. If Jesus came and he was like, listen.
Jesus don't even want no head from a man. What's wrong with
If you give me head, you're going to heaven. I look Jesus right in the eyes and be like, Allah Akbar.
And you gonna turn to wine. You gonna turn you to wine.
Allah Akbar, brother.
You gonna get turned
Where
to
my
wine.
Muslim brothers at? Let's go.
You gonna turn you to wine.
I believe in some other shit today.
Listen, man.
No, you're out of control.
A couple of church announcements. Uncommon Sense Season 3 is coming back live.
Dope.
February 24th at 11:30 p.m. It's going to be live, like in real time. Not live to tape, actually live, okay? On MTV2, 11:30 p.m. Friday, February 24th. Salute to my dude, comedian CP. He's going to be hosting the World Star Hip
Yeah,
Hop
what is that
TV
show? I saw that.
It's the World Star TV show.
But what is like the creative behind
It's
it?
going to be like...
CP was on the show, by the way. He was the dude.
That's
from
my
Detroit.
guy.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and CP do a lot of business together.
Yo.
Me and CP actually have CP and my guy Chip actually have another show that we'll be announcing soon.
Amazing.
It's already got greenlit and picked up. We'll be announcing that network and everything real soon. But CP is it's like, I guess I'm assuming it's like ridiculousness.
Okay.
But it's just World Star Hip Hop clips, and it's somebody like CP
Dope.
who's from the culture. You know,
Black ridiculous.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm only assuming that'd be logical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes on February 24th, and All Def Digital. They have a show now. No, World Star comes on February 3rd, I believe. All Def Digital has a show too. Russell Simmons Network. They got a show on MTV2 as well. So salute to everybody out there doing that. And please, Marvel Comics. I put out my Marvel comic.
When is this
week.
out?
It came out. What's today? Thursday. It came out yesterday. So it's online right now.
Incredible.
It just dropped today. Andrew,
Where can we see it?
It's online. It's on MarvelComics.com.
Okay.
Andrew Schultz is in it.
Hey.
Tax Stone is in it.
Hey. What about Wax?
Wax is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wax is in it.
I didn't know what's going on, but hot.
I wrote this last year, and
You wrote the comic?
I wrote it.
Dude, this is
They
unbelievable.
let me pick what characters I wanted, and I came up with a storyline and wrote it, and it went through a process of editing because of course it's Marvel.
Sure.
So some of the shit I had in there was a little crazy.
So it's marvel.com and then
Yeah, I had a great scene. I had a great scene in there where Captain America was trying to convince Luke Cage and Black Panther why all lives matter. It was great, but
And then what happened?
Marvel didn't want any part of that politics, so we had to switch it up a little bit. But no, yeah, that's out. And
where do I see it on the website?
I'll send you the link.
What's the name of it though, so people can
Charlamagne
search?
the God's New Year's Eve. Marvel New Year's Eve special. Charlamagne the God's Marvel New Year's Eve special. That's
Okay.
it. Simple. And please go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com.
Oh yeah, check that
Thank you
out.
for everybody that's been buying the hoodies, the t-shirts, the socks, all that good stuff like that. Please continue to support us at BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com and pre-order the book, Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. It's on Amazon right now, wherever you can buy books. Now, as always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, and you think we do anything for our Lord, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit and we're on our way to hell in a handbasket, you're absolutely right too.